didn't see Troy.
Oh yeah, you should see Troy.
You should. You like must not look at the distance.
I probably
He's super hot in that movie. Did you like him in Meet Joe Black? Oh boy, he's
So close.
very close though.
Thank God it's empty. I just typically don't enjoy it. Like, I didn't like California. I saw that and I thought it was not good.
See, if he hadn't done, like, I think it's because he did movies like Meet Joe Black in
7 years in Tibet.
7 Years in Tibet. And what's the other one with the bridge? Bridges of Madison County.
That's Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, he did do Bridges of Madison County.
Oh, well, he did something that I
Bridge over the
confused.
River Kwai. Oh, with the bridge, it was a dentist movie.
That's what it was. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He did Benjamin Button.
He did Benjamin Button. But, like, all the romance Playboy movies that he's done, yeah. Because in reality, if you just take the cool shit that he's done lots of cool shit.
I mean, all of my favorite scenes in this movie are his.
Plus, how great does he look when he's eating?
I didn't love him in fucking Fight Club.
What?
I didn't love him in Fight Club. It was okay. It wasn't bad.
Even Troy thinks you're an
Get the
asshole.
fuck out of here.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's one of the 7 movies that Troy has seen. Troy doesn't like movies except for the 7 that he's seen, correct?
That's correct. But I am excited to see what's going on.
So it can be 8.
I'm going to see it this Thursday.
I
didn't like him in 7. I didn't like him in 12 Monkeys.
Drugs before the movie?
Most likely. I don't know.
You didn't like him in 7?
No.
I thought he was great in 7.
No way.
You really tossed your feelings away.
Yeah, I just never enjoyed it.
Oh, Legends of the Fall was what I was thinking of instead of Bridges of Madison.
Yeah.
Same shit.
True Romance was such a small story.
True Romance.
Yeah. Yeah, Fight Club. What about, I like him in the Ocean's movies.
Yeah.
It's fun. That's a fun
I've
movie.
never seen it.
They're great. You should see the All Women's one. It's the best one.
Is that where you would start?
I would start with Ocean's, what do they call it?
This is Ocean's 11.
Oh, with the chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they call it, weren't there only 9 of them though or something like that? Wasn't that the thing?
I didn't see it.
Whatever one had Rihanna in it, that's the one that I would go see.
I'll see it.
Yeah. I agree, Moneyball.
You like it? I don't remember that. How was Mr. and Mrs. Smith? That looks like a pile of shit.
I gotta go watch that. He ruined his marriage over it.
Yeah. Isn't that where he met her or no?
Yeah, goddamn home record, this Angelina Jolie.
Was he with Jennifer Aniston before that?
He was. She didn't want to have babies, and then he made the huge mistake of hooking up with Angelina Jolie. Now he's got to deal with 19 kids, and he can't even smoke weed without his wife getting upset.
Which, by the way, Jennifer Aniston is the subject of Ian Halper's new book.
Oh my God.
What do you mean?
Just about how she...
You
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? We'll have him in to discuss it.
We should. I don't know why he needs to. Maybe it's how she came up with the Rachel hairstyle.
Oh, is it all about the hair?
I'd be
On
interested.
the Rolling Stone cover?
Yeah.
Does he sell a lot of books, Ian?
Ian, yeah.
Does he?
Yeah, he's been on the bestseller list.
Really?
New York Times, yes.
What other one could you mean?
Okay.
Fucking corrupt Nirvana bestseller.
Very successful.
Let's go to Miguel in Los Angeles. What's up, Miguel?
Hey, Sam.
What's up? Yeah.
I like you, man. I like you, man, but I really can't take the opinion of a movie so seriously, especially when he forgets his passport.
We're past that. We're
That's
not
right.
past that.
You're right.
We're past it. Goddamn fool. Everywhere we went in Montreal, by the way, with these nudniks. Any social place we went to, of course. Oh man, on the way here, Sam's passport. I said, we're done talking about that. We're past that. That's over. That's neither here nor there.
It was big.
Yeah, I remember.
I like the Avoya passport. I just wish you were at the border.
That would have been tough. I would have been.
He didn't even look at it before giving it to the guy.
No, just hand it to the guy.
It's like
This
this
guy
is
says, oh, you've aged a lot. Oh, no.
this is a picture of a baby.
You have to get out. Guys have to get out there and call an Uber to the border.
And they wouldn't.
Or cab.
Yeah, they would. No, they'd come back with me. Both of them. Both of them. Both of them. Plus, Ubers don't come to the border.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Because I'm sure it's happened before. Sure. And there's probably a bus. I'm saying there's probably a bus that you can get that goes through. That they'll hop on. You can hop on or something. There's got to be a place to way to get out of there.
If you can't get through
What do you
the
mean? They
border.
just turn you around?
Yeah. No. But I mean, there's private people where someone's in the car and someone else can't get through. So what do?
You go back. We're the crew.
I don't think cruise.
Yeah, they don't have like a bus that
Border
takes you
bus?
to the nearest like exit.
Of course they do.
No, there's buses that go through.
Yes, but you can't just get on there.
At stop / border?
60 miles.
No, it's not. It's not that far. From Montreal to the fucking border is not 60 miles. No way. It's probably 30.
There's an exit like 5 minutes away. You just
Yeah.
go to the duty-free shop.
Ew.
Just wait.
Duty. There's no duty.
It's great. They're punching my dick.
Not always. Corey and Rockaway.
Hey, no, Corey from Rockford.
Oh, okay, Corey from Rockland. Yes.
Yeah. No, I was actually going to say about the Tarantino movie. Yeah, the scene, at one point, it got too nonsense. It was just like, all right, enough. But, we already spoke about that. The hot part of the movie was the chick said, hey, you want me to suck your cock while I'm driving? Hey, you try.
That's true. That was a hot line of dialogue, but I don't know. I feel when I see all these speed in the movie, I actually feel kind of good for Quentin. I go, good for you, Quentin. You do your thing.
Sure.
You do your thing. There's something about Quentin Tarantino's indulgence that at this point I go, do your thing, Quentin. Get up there and do your thing.
He's like, look, I got 2 more movies left. I'm gonna be here.
Right. You know, yeah, and especially I get so happy when I see a movie like this in theaters because there's so few of them left. Like there are so many cartoons and superhero movies that are taking up all the real estate in theaters that it becomes very difficult. You have to be a Quentin Tarantino or come out with something crazy like Midsummer to get something into a theater that there's actually something to, that somebody actually wrote and made, and it's not, you know, a company all coming together and just putting out this product. It's a thing that somebody made.
Yeah, and that's why I know Jim doesn't like it, but Baby Driver was such a good thing for the movie industry because it was just like the Tarantino movie. It's an R-rated genre movie that's not based on anything. It's an original story, and the fact that it was so successful is good.
But it was not like Tarantino. It was one like Tarantino movie. The fact that it was on film and it was put in theaters and people watched it. Pile of shit. Fuck him and his tinnitus. He has tinnitus. Oh, Kevin Spacey's a menacing character. Shut up.
Well, who would have thought he actually?
I wouldn't cross it. It's great.
He has tinnitus. Not that many people have.
Horrible, predictable.
You didn't know he had tinnitus.
I did not.
And you didn't know the guy who we lived with in the house was blind.
Oh, man, just such a nice moment.
Right.
So helpful. Big boy. Give him a redeeming quality.
And it created a vulnerability for him.
Oh, that's important. Yes, so much people get him.
That's right. That's how they got him too. But Travis is right. That was a thing that a guy made.
Yeah, when those movies are successful, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I like when it's a thing that a person.
You say it was so bad that it was never a story before. It was like, how could it be? Froome. It was by a short story about a 9-year-old called Froome.
It's an adaptation.
How dare. You know what really bothers me? The Jim's Baby Driver reviews, they've turned a lot of people on.
They really have.
Because people go like, you know what? Jim's right.
I'll get tweets every now and then saying that Jim's right.
Yeah, I am right.
I will.
He records everything. Music, does he? Another interesting quality.
I'll watch it.
But no, I don't. What do you call this? To make a song out of it.
You know how like football players have to take the field with like laser focus, play like a champion, play like a champion. The minute anything in their head goes wrong, the whole game is fucked. They can't get out of that zone. That's how I have to watch Baby Driver. I can't think about anything else because there have been times where I'll turn the movie on and one of your criticisms will pop in my head and I'll just go, oh man, and I'll have to turn it off.
It stinks.
Oh,
Like, it fucking stinks.
he'll put his headphones on and he'll go like, and I'll go,
Yeah.
wow,
Hey, he's gonna ride fast.
oh man,
Yeah. Oh, they hop in.
yuck. Try to get Travis back in my head.
But the opening scene of that movie is fucking amazing.
I thought it was when I saw it. And then,
It is.
okay,
It's not.
all right, it
It's
is.
not.
It is. It is.
It's
Because you're wrong about Halloween, you're wrong about Child's Play,
I'm not.
you're wrong about Annabelle, you're wrong about Crash.
I'll take Animal Crash. I know I'm right about.
Don't bring it up.
Yeah, you can. It's an
It's
unwinnable
a- it's quite a
It won Best Picture. Everyone thought it was whatever it was. But it won
It's-
Best Picture.
To be fair, it has become known as the worst Best Picture movie.
There are people that say that, but
Yes.
they're wrong.
Oh, okay.
And every time I see Hollywood do something wrong, I'm like, say, Crash did that right.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Mac in North Carolina. Mac,
going on? Jimmy XL.
What's up, bud?
I just had a quick question for Jim. I wanted to know if this scene Burn After Reading, because Brad Pitt gets shot in the face by George's father.
There you go.
Oh, no, I have not seen that.
That's out there now. By the way, Burn After Reading is incredible.
So
It is.
good.
I will say this. Thank you very much, Mac.
Thank you.
Burn After Reading is the what's it called, brothers? The Coen brothers' most underrated movie by a mile.
I've never seen it.
It is so good, and it deserves to be on more Coen brothers' best movies lists.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
It's $5 right now.
If I don't own it already, it's mine today. It
It's a
is.
great movie. I
so
had never
good.
seen it until you started. You just wouldn't shut up about it.
No, it inspired me to write a memoir.
It's a great movie. Brad Pitt's great.
I mean, just
Frances
like
Dorman's great.
She's always
John Malkovich is incredible.
John Malkovich is incredible.
John Malkovich plays this like retired CIA guy, and he's trying to write his book, and he keeps calling it, even though he's not French, he keeps calling it his memoir. And his wife just keeps yelling at him about how nobody wants to hear his story, nobody cares. I don't remember who plays his wife. It's been so long.
George Clooney's great in it.
And I can't, dude.
One of the greatest reveals.
It's such. George Clooney is working on something in the basement. And I want to tell you what it is because I feel like it'll sell you on the movie.
No, it's such a great
Dude, it is one of the great film reveals of all
Our
time.
intern's in here cracking up.
When you find
He's seen it.
Wyatt's seen it.
Yep.
He loves it.
Yep.
When you find out what George Clooney is building in his basement, it's one of the great things that the Coen brothers have ever done.
Tilda Swinton, J.K.
It's great.
I think that it has more rewatchability than No Country for Old Men.
Yep, I would agree with that.
I don't know if I can flat out say it's a better movie, but I can say it's got more rewatchability. And Brad Pitt's incredible in it.
Yeah.
He's so goddamn funny in it. He's not cool in it.
I like No Country, but yeah. Yeah, it's a comedy.
It's a comedy. It's a drama.
No Country for Old Men.
I call it a dark.
It was very good.
I would call it a dark comedy.
I'd rather watch this.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's hilarious.
So many people that air gun is so stupid, but it was interesting.
It was a different take.
It was a different take, and that's why it was fun.
Right.
But it was shit.
Why is it shit?
The silence.
He
30 seconds ago, he said it was a good movie.
No, but I enjoyed that. But I look at it realistically, it's nonsense. Some fucking guy with a dumb hipster hairdo killing people with a fucking air gun through a door.
Yeah, but it's his calling card.
No one doesn't call me card anymore. Just shoot
Wet
someone.
Bandits, dude.
Throw the gun out.
I thought they were the Sticky Bandits.
Wet Bandits.
Weird. The Sticky Bandits.
I was watching that last night.
Home Alone 1?
Yep, it was on TV.
Because you were home alone.
Not last night.
You watch the film Home Alone with commercials?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
When I was unwinding on a Sunday night.
For a week, it was home alone.
You know, Travis, I've been enjoying this conversation with you, but I'm starting to fear that you're an asshole.
What?
If you're sitting at home watching Home Alone with commercials on a Sunday night,
It was 9:15. We didn't have enough time to start watching something.
has your kid gone to bed yet?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Home Alone.
Our rescue was on.
You know what? I was watching Bar Rescue earlier in the day. And my wife asked me if a certain episode had aired yet. I said,
Old clumsy, old man Norton.
No, that was a fresh one.
We are ready to gift, boys.
Wait, hold on.
there was silence.
Oh my God, that was not the sound of instruction. Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen,
I spilled my coffee.
what you just heard
Did somebody come in with a towel?
was everybody just enjoying it too much to come in and help.
I don't want to leak your equipment.
Well, why? Because it would get the
wires.
the stupid construction workers all coffee wet.
That's a great point.
What you just heard was the sound of Jim Norton taking a brand spanking new, fresh cup of cold brew and just having it slip out of his little bird finger.
No, my elbow hit the straw. And by the way, here's what happened. It fell and it landed, and there was a nanosecond where it stayed closed, and I looked at it, and then it opened. I saw it. There's not a lot of cold brew left.
By the way, your elbow hit the straw of your empty one before, and he did not think to move the cup.
No, he put the new one in the same spot that his elbow hit. I like that.
Lightning won't strike twice.
So you looked down and you went, oh, good, and your cup just looked at you and fuck
Dude,
you.
it hit, and for a half second I almost picked it up, and I didn't react fast enough.
Oh, you look so sad. The photo that Troy just posted, you look so sad just looking down at your cold brew. Like, oh, this is supposed to be mine. If you go to Jim and Sam Show on Twitter, you can see the photo. We'll put it on Instagram too, because the world should see it. He's just looking down at a puddle with ice in it, almost like a loved one has passed away. Like, oh, that was just my coffee.
That is such a puddle.
I think people should Photoshop different things in the spot of that puddle. Just Jim looking forlorn. Oh, that was... It's a big puddle, isn't it, Travis?
That's a lot.
It's huge.
You know what it looks like?
What does it look
It
like?
looks like one of those puddles in the new season of Stranger Things.
Yeah, it does. But slightly bigger.
Can I have another one?
Yes, Jim, was it, let me ask you this, was it the whole brew?
0 sips taken. It was a no sip taken.
And you just spilled it all over the floor. All over the floor. Look at it, the ice is still, you know how you can tell it was a brand new cold brew? No melted ice. No. Ice is right there, sitting on the top of a big, dark coffee puddle. Isn't that great?
Thank you, Rob.
Isn't that fantastic?
Felt like slow-mo.
We had a false...
Slowly. You
Especially-
hear any thud when it hit the ground?
Oh, yes, I did. Now, Rob, when we're doing our edits for the video, this is going to be very, very important. First of all, obviously, a nice GIF is in order. Second of all, if there are any stills of Jim reacting, I don't know what his face looked like, but maybe something like that. Boy, that didn't work. Yes, maybe a little slow. But I would also consider editing in the clip of Jim dropping the empty cup.
It didn't fall the first time.
Exactly.
Caught it.
You caught it, like dropping the cup that didn't spill.
I don't usually spill things.
No, not usually.
Like a track record.
But if you put in, maybe you even do it, we're talking about Tarantino, maybe you even do it Tarantino style, where you play the clip of the coffee being spilled, and then a black screen comes up and it says earlier that day, and then you see him almost spilling, and then you can put another black screen, and then you replay the coffee spilling.
Yeah.
Does that sound like it could be kind of good? It does, right?
Fool.
Oh, man.
I'm a fool.
That sounds great. We may even want to release the footage of that spill to the audience, and they can make their own fan cuts.
No, because they're probably gonna make me look stupid.
I don't think so. And then when you pick your garbage back up and put it on the table, like a straw or whatever, you accidentally hit the I'm a little bit rock and roll
Yeah,
drop.
I did.
Just add insult to injury, a little Donnie and Marie.
What a great Monday morning.
What a great Monday morning. That is a very good omen for this week.
By the way, I'm heading out the 9th and the 10th. I'm going to be in Columbus, Ohio of August, and then the 16th, 17th, I'll be in Timonium, Maryland, and the new Chip podcast is up. Episode 113. It's live from Montreal, and it was fun. It was with me, Sam, Voss, Bobby Kelly, and it went really well. It was very silly. It was a very silly hour.
It was fun.
And I'm putting a new Chip animation up this week, too, a really good one.
That's great. All right, stay tuned. We're going to be right back, folks.
We'll be back with more Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Alfred Pennyworth is at your service only on Epix. From the world of DC and the creators of Gotham comes Pennyworth, the new Epix original series that critics are calling surprisingly dark and fun, hilarious, and one of the can't-miss shows of the summer. In this origin story of the legendary butler set in swinging 1960s London, darkness and danger lurk around every corner. When Alfred, charming and ambitious, returns home after serving in the British Special Forces to start a new life, his fate is forever sealed after a chance meeting with American billionaire Tom Sawyer. The two become entangled with a dangerous criminal conspiracy perpetrated by the ominous Raven Society, which threatens to bring down the crown and the woman he loves. From soldier to savior, Alfred will stop at nothing in the name of service. Pennyworth, Sundays, only on Epix. Get the channel or get the app.
Jason, what are scream farts?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. See, it's when you fart and you scream at the same time. NFL season kicks off with SiriusXM NFL Radio's Training Camp Tour. We're on the road to give you an inside look at all 32 teams.
We're stretching downhill. Bring that music. Let's go.
It's an all-access pass to exclusive interviews with all the star players and coaches. Today at 3 Eastern, we visit the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots, followed at 6 by the Dallas Cowboys. NFL Radio's Training Camp Tour on Channel 88. And listen outside of your car on the SiriusXM app.
Do you know that your teeth move as you get older? And if you want to get your teeth fixed, the last thing you want to do is wear braces, not at your age. That's why I'm happy to tell you about Candid, the clear alternative to braces. Candid has an orthodontist who is licensed in your state create a treatment plan for you, even as a 3D preview on what the final results are like. And Candid only uses experienced orthodontists. Once you approve your 3D preview, Candid creates custom clear aligners that will be sent directly to you, which means no hassle of having to go into an orthodontist's office. Candid costs 65% less than braces. You can save thousands of dollars and have straighter, brighter teeth in an average of just 6 months. You're one step away from getting straighter, brighter teeth. Learn more at candidcode.com/TEFT, TEFFT. Use the code TEFT to get $75 off. That's candidcode.com/TEFT. Use code TEFT for $75 off.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson, Janelle Associates Law Firm, principal office in Houston, Texas, is responsible for the content of this ad. Attention all active or retired military. If you are diagnosed with tinnitus or hearing loss after using yellow and black or yellow and olive dual-ended earplugs, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. These earplugs permitted damaging sounds to enter the ear canal. If you served in the military and were later diagnosed with hearing loss or tinnitus, call 800-337-7182 right now to see if you qualify for significant cash compensation. The manufacturer knew of the defect but did not warn its customers. Complaints allege that the manufacturer manipulated test results to make it appear that the plugs met government standards. If you deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan anytime from 2003 through 2015 and are now suffering from diagnosed hearing loss or tinnitus, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call 800-337-7182 right now. Hurry, time is limited. Call 800-337-7182 now to see if you qualify for cash compensation. Call 800-337-7182. That's 800-337-7182. 800-337-7182.
If you're suffering from irregularity, indigestion, gas, bloating, loose stool, low energy, or need immune support, your body's telling you something, and you probably need a good probiotic. Hi, I'm Dr. Zuri Morel, the colorectal surgeon and longtime user of Nature's Healthy Trinity Probiotics. Nature's Healthy Trinity contains the 3 probiotic bacteria that have been studied the most in terms of keeping you healthy. So stop ignoring your problems and get yourself Healthy Trinity, the original probiotic supplement that has been helping people like you and me for decades.
Hey, thanks so much, Dr. Z. You know what, I gotta tell you, most people don't even realize that a probiotic is a natural living culture like a yogurt or cheese, and to be effective, it's gotta be refrigerated, all the way from manufacturing till you use it. Now with Nature's Healthy Trinity, you're getting what I consider is the best probiotic for your buck, and I use it daily, and so should you. Try Healthy Trinity and feel the nature difference. Look for Nature's Healthy Trinity in the probiotic cooler at Whole Foods, Sprouts, or your favorite health food store, or even online at nature.com. That's NATRAN.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
We all want to improve our golf game to reach the next level. But what about when it comes to your business? Well, Morgan Franklin Consulting does just that. Morgan Franklin Consulting is a national management advisory firm that works with finance, technology, and business leaders to tackle challenges and execute game-changing results. Visit MorganFranklin.com and check out their expert insights and latest trends and more. Why wait to transform your business? Go to MorganFranklin.com today. That's MorganFranklin.com.
We're not the first to say it. Sometimes we need a vacation from our vacation. Delayed flights, hotel snafus, chatty travel companions. Get away for 2 minutes, twice a day. With Quip. Their wireless electric toothbrush is lightweight and compact, so it packs away easily in your tote or carry-on when you overstuff your luggage. Plus, the Times sonic vibrations give you a break from that jam-packed itinerary, even if it's just between moving from hammock to the pool chair. When it's finally time to go home, keep staycationing. What a word. With a fresh and simple health routine. Many people brush too hard, and some electric toothbrushes are too abrasive. Quip's sensitive sonic vibrations boasts an effective clean that's gentle on your sensitive gums. The built-in 2-minute timer pulses every 30 seconds to remind you when to switch sides and help you to clean your whole mouth evenly. That's why everyone loves Quip and why I'm taking mine on vacation this summer. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/tapped right now, you can get your first refill pack for free. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/TEFFT.
Channel 103. Fashion Talk.
What if the guys who made some of the most outrageous R-rated comedies like Sausage Party and Superbad decided to make an R-rated comedy starring 12-year-old boys? Well, that's exactly what they did. The result is the hilarious new movie, Good Boys. Good Boys follows 3 in-over-their-head 6th graders as they skip school one day to do whatever it takes to learn how to kiss before their first middle school party. The thing is, they're just completely clueless about all the inappropriate and wild situations they get themselves into along the way, like accidentally involving themselves in a drug deal or mistaking sex toys for a pair of nunchucks. And that's just to name a couple. You've definitely never seen a movie like this before. It's pure comedy watching these charming, innocent 12-year-olds try to navigate an adult world where sex, drugs, violence, and profanity is so inappropriate and R-rated. But there's also a sweetness to the movie, the boys' friendship at the center of it all. And ever since South by Southwest, early audiences and critics have been raving about Good Boys, saying that you'll laugh for 90 minutes straight. They're calling it delightfully inappropriate, wildly raunchy, and undeniably sweet. So do yourself a favor and do not miss this movie. Check out Good Boys in theaters August 16th.
Hey, it's Buzz Brainerd. Catch me afternoons on the highway on the Music Row Happy Hour. But in the meantime, we've got big news here at SiriusXM. For the first time, we've included listening outside the car as part of our select package. Yeah, that's right. Now you can enjoy SiriusXM on your phone, online, and at home, too. Plus, you can hear over 100 ad-free extra channels of music for any mood. Watch SiriusXM video of your favorite shows, and more. Learn more at SiriusXM.com/more.
How you feel in bed matters, whether you're awake or you're asleep. So make your bed the most comfortable place in your house with a fresh set of Boll & Branch sheets. Hi, I'm Scott Tannen, founder of Boll & Branch. Our signature soft sheets are made exclusively from the finest organic cotton on earth. They start out soft and get softer and softer over time. You can't find sheets like this in a big box store because we're not there. These are $1,000 sheets for a couple $100, and the only sheets loved by 3 U.S. presidents. Not to mention, 97% of our customers surveyed said they sleep better on Boll & Branch sheets. You get 100 nights to fall in love with your new Boll & Branch sheets, but you'll only need one. Shipping is always free, and right now, get $50 off your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com with promo code BACTION, spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com. Promo code BACTION for $50 off. bollandbranch.com. Promo code BACTION.
Guys are terrible at taking care of their health. Whether it's a knee injury, a bad back, guys are usually more comfortable rubbing some dirt on it than seeing a doctor. Well, the same is true for erectile dysfunction. Studies show that 75% of men who experience ED do not get treated for it. Thankfully, Roman created a convenient way to get evaluated by a doctor and get treated for ED online. With Roman, you can connect with a U.S. licensed physician, and if treatment is right for you, Roman can ship your prescription right to your door. There's no waiting rooms, awkward face-to-face conversations, uncomfortable or embarrassing trips to the pharmacy. You can handle everything discreetly online. All you got to do is complete an online visit and chat with a doctor, and if treatment is right for you, they can ship genuine medication in discreet, unmarketed packaging. Erectile dysfunction is a problem that guys don't tackle. But with Roman, it's easy to talk to a doctor. For a free online visit and free 2-day shipping, go to GetRoman.com/tapped. T-E-F-F-T. That's GetRoman.com/tapped. Go do it now. GetRoman.com/tapped.
This is not an off-premise or franchise. Franchise offerings are made through the franchise disclosure documents. Spring, summer, or fall, outdoor living has never been more popular. Everyone is looking to beautify their patios, pools, driveways, and more, which means Concrete Craft franchise owners are gearing up for yet another busy year. That's why we're looking for people like you to become franchise owners to keep up with the incredible demand. Concrete Craft is the nation's #1 decorative concrete coating franchise, and you won't believe how we transform transform surfaces into beautiful projects in and around the home year-round, including interior flooring and commercial spaces. If you've always wanted to own your own business, Concrete Craft could be just what you're looking for. You don't have to know a thing about decorative concrete because we'll train you and your team. You market the business, supervise the jobs, and let the compliments and the projects roll in. There's never been a better time to own a Concrete Craft franchise, but the early bird gets the worm, so call 877-YOUR-OWN-BOSS today. That's 877-YOUR-OWN-BOSS, 877-968-7696.
Undisputed on FS1. Are you ready, Shannon Sharp?
I'm ready to talk some football. He can run through tackles too now. That was all guts. The Cowboy with your squad, you gotta ride with him.
You're talking big and bold, but you won't put the dude where your mouth is.
Oh, let me finish!
It's too early for this. You didn't deal with my point. Digging yourself a deeper and deeper hole.
Anything else you want to know? Get faded.
Undisputed. Weekdays at 9:30 Eastern to noon on FS1.
And now, Jim Norton and Sam Roberts return.
Welcome back. By the way, whoever does the music, Tarantino, there's nobody better in movies. Nick Tarantino. I was always under the impression that Tarantino picks his own music.
There's nobody who does that better than Tarantino.
You know, we're talking about movies. Jim and Sam, of course. Happy Monday, everybody. We were talking about movies before the break. I went to see the Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was tremendous. But I had to pay full price for the ticket. You know why?
Which was a new movie.
Well, I was not able to sign up for Movie Pass subscription.
Why?
Unfortunately,
Are they having issues?
due to technical difficulties, they've closed their service for the time being, but they've announced that they'll be back after the summer.
After the summer, well, yeah. When all the blockbuster movies are done, when people are not off.
Yes. You know how Sirius insists on doing loud construction only during the morning shows? Movie Pass has decided that, if you go to MoviePass.com, you can try to sign up, Troy. Try to sign up for a Movie Pass account. Unfortunately, they're trying to make the service even better. So the service will be
Big
even
changes
better.
are coming. God, they fucking stink.
So their new plan is just to shut down for the summer. Just close doors for the summer. Movie Pass is, of course, the company that we've been keeping tabs on for a long time now. It's just one of the most hilarious stories. They are for all theaters now, by the way, are copying their model with a price point that they can actually afford to do and are really successful with it. But Movie Pass, their model was, it started as $50 a month for unlimited movies at all theaters. And the way their service would work was they would send you a debit card with the Movie Pass logo on it. You would order your tickets through their website. They would pay for the tickets using the debit card that they gave you. You would pick up your tickets at the theater using said debit card, which is how you just pay them the $50 a month and you get it. They decided they wanted, the guy who used to run Netflix came over to Movie Pass. He said,
Is this after it was already a disaster or no?
No, it was still $50 a month. He said, it's not about getting money, it's about getting subscribers. We need people to sign up for this. So they slashed their price, and they go from $50 a month to $10 a month for unlimited movies that they are paying for. So it's not like when AMC's monthly thing is $23 a month. But at the end of the day, you can only use it at AMC theaters. They're still making money off all your concessions. They're still, getting a loyal customer out of you. Your odds are a good portion of the audience think that they go to more than one movie a month, and they don't. So they end up, coming out pretty good.
That's probably why they did that. They probably did polls on how many movies a month people see, and they realized.
I haven't, and I know for a fact that as a family, we've gone to more movies, which means that I'm buying more tickets for my daughter.
Right.
Which means that technically I'm probably spending more than I normally would.
And concessions, because concessions is where they make their big money anyway.
Yep.
So, yeah, the concessions are in. Now, Movie Pass makes no money off concessions. And they have to pay full price for the tickets. At the end of the
dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
At the end of the day, AMC is not paying $13 a movie ticket for the tickets that you use. They're paying whatever their wholesale cost is for the movie ticket. Right? They make a profit on each through a lot of changes over the past several months. Unfortunately, people said, I don't see how this will last. And the CEO said, you just wait. And then a couple months later, they were worried about bankruptcy. Their servers...
they were opting people in again?
Yeah, they were opting people in. Their servers went down. People tried to cancel their subscriptions. They just kept getting billed. They stopped offering certain movies. So instead of just being like, you can go see any movie, it was, you can go see any movie as long as it's been in theaters for over 3 weeks and it's playing on Sunday afternoon.
And it's 2 of these.
Yeah. I mean, it was ridiculous. And so everybody started leaving, but they made it so that you couldn't leave. They would just keep charging after. And their newest thing now...
Can you move that over short? Sorry, Sam. I want to be able to read it.
Well, now I think for a while now, you've had to pay for the full year.
Right, you're right. You pay for the full year in advance. They tried that, and now the new thing is that they have decided to make it so that they've shut down for the summer.
No, but I pulled the window over. I can't read it. Oh, is there a way to move it over so that... no. I just can't read it on the screen.
What do you mean?
It's starting the left part, it looks like it's cut off a little bit, so I'm trying to read it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not like that. That's weird that it's like that on the
screen.
On the screen. I totally see what you're saying. There you go. That was perfect. So yeah, it said. But you know, there was an article that came out earlier this month that said this could be the end of MoviePass. But they've had that article every other month.
But the idea that they're shutting down during the busiest movie time of the year is so funny. Like, what dopes?
I just love that they won't quit.
No.
They will not shut their doors. They're like, don't worry. When we come back in October, after all the movies are out, you know when they're going to come back? 2 weeks after It Part 2 comes out. It Part 2 is coming out September 6th. That would be the end of summer movie season. That's going to be the last big movie. That's even late.
That's not even summer movie. September is not.
September 6th, but it'll be the last big movie of the summer. They're extending it. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually by September 6th, that's Labor Day weekend, they're kind of done.
I want to write a movie for this summer, for this year.
I don't know if you'll have it out by this year, to tell you.
I'm going to start writing it soon.
Oh, okay.
I think if I can finish it by the first week of August, get it shot now by the second week of August, we got 2 days.
So you're going to write, the first week of August is this week.
Yeah, actually, I got to start. I got to go up with something.
Okay, so you'll have it done by Sunday. You shoot it next week?
Yeah, I would like to. Beginning your career or something.
That's the goal.
And have it out by the end of next week.
Okay, no, that could be really smart. That could be really, really smart. But yeah, so unfortunately, MoviePass subscribers, you won't be able to see summer movies.
What if I want to see Hobbs and Shaw this weekend?
You'll have to pay either full price or join one of the other services.
Is that a big summer movie?
Oh my God.
Hobbs and Shaw? Hell yeah, it's a spin-off of the Fast and Furious franchise. It's got The Rock and Jason Statham and Roman Reigns. Hell out of here.
And also they have, what's his name? Vin Diesel?
If I wish we had The Rock in studio, because I was thinking about this yesterday. All I want to do is interview The Rock and say, just tell me, Dwayne, just tell me. Tell me the process. How do you go in to a film franchise? He didn't come into a Part 5, okay? Wow. They made 5 Fast and Furious movies when he came out. How do you walk in at Part 5 and just up and steal another man's movie franchise?
Wait, and the thing is how did he get rights to use the name Hobbs and Shaw? I guess that they knew.
Not rights. This is a Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah, it's not The Rock's movie. The Fast and Furious people were like, we got to make a movie with just you.
Oh, I see. And so they just didn't have the deal. How pissed he must be.
Yeah, I mean, the official name of the movie is Fast and Furious Presents
Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah. And let's see.
Stole that franchise.
I'm looking at the poster right now. See The Rock?
Chris Morgan, oh my God, the bagel boss is looking in front of the letters.
That's right.
A little guy beats up a bunch of big guys.
I see The Rock. I see Jason Statham. I see Idris Elba.
Is what's his name a producer on it all? Vin Diesel? Does he have any stake in it? Is he an exec producer or producer?
Is that the director?
Does his name go on in it all?
Let's see. I'm looking at the cast right now. I see John Tall. I see Joe Enoa'i, which is the real name of Roman Reigns. It's cool, though, that, you know what also you know? So Roman Reigns, WWE guy. He's The Rock's cousin.
Is he in real life?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's never been in a movie before. So clearly The Rock was like, hey, cousin, Roman Reigns, you want to be in this movie? Like, The Rock had the pull to get him in. Do you think The Rock could have gotten Vin Diesel in this movie if he wanted to?
Yeah.
think he made the choice not to?
Well, they really are so furious. Vin Diesel. Why would you be a dick to the? Why would you be a dick to the Rock?
Also
I didn't mean that. I actually didn't mean that. I say he must be so furious. It's like, why would you piss off the biggest movie star in Hollywood?
I mean, this all started.
He's bigger than you, Vin.
This all started when The Rock was filming one of the Fast and Furious movies, and he puts out an Instagram post talking about jabronis and Rudy Poos on the set of Fast and Furious, and everybody's like, "Who's the Rudy Poo? Who's the Rudy Poo?"
This is after Paul Walker died, too.
After Paul Walker died.
Franchise.
Yep, and then it turned out it was Vin Diesel. The Rock has absolutely confirmed that it was Vin Diesel. He has made absolutely no secret that the Rudy Poo he was referring to was 100% Vin Diesel. And now he's got Hobbs and Shaw. It's going to be a giant movie this summer.
It's going to be a new franchise.
They don't even do Fast and Furious anymore. Why would they?
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
This was moved up ahead of the new Fast and Furious because they wanted to get this out first.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, long term, do you think that after the next Fast and Furious movie, they'll just stop Fast and Furious and just do Hobbs and Shaw?
Oh, sure. Well, I don't know. John Cena's going to be the new Fast and Furious.
That's fucking awesome.
Is Vin Diesel?
Oh yeah. That's where he gets the shine.
Oh, is The Rock?
I don't think he is.
The Rock's like, I prefer to have my own movie, please.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to be in it.
And Vin Diesel's like, what if you just call this Joe, whatever his name is in the movie? I don't remember what Vin Diesel's character name is. And they're like, no, we'll just call it Fast and Furious. I wonder if Vin Diesel is worried about them bringing John Cena in. You know what happened the last time he brought in an ex-WWE guy? He stole the franchise from me.
You think he's mad about Hobbs and Shaw?
Furious.
Unless he gets a piece of it. I would like to know how much power he has. He's been in all of them, right, Vin Diesel?
Except for Tokyo Drift, the finest of the franchise.
Why was he in it?
Fast and Furious 3 Tokyo Drift was the Season of the Witch of the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Why was he in it?
They decided to go with an all-new cast. They took the Fast and Furious concept and they moved it to a whole new cast. It was an entirely
Paul Walker.
Asian cast.
Oh,
no, yeah, it's different. And they decided after Tokyo Drift to go with the original group that people cared more about.
So
I don't know anybody in this movie.
Since Tokyo Drift, Vin Diesel's had producer credits on all the Fast and Furious movies.
What about Fast and Furious Presents? Oh, no! No!
Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham have producer credits.
No!
Mr. Ray, on that level, you have to be a producer.
They took it from him.
Yeah.
The Rock was like, hey, Jason Statham.
He's a producer on the movie that they're filming now.
No, but that's
Fast and Furious 9.
Who is?
Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
He'll be a producer on the 10th one.
Yeah. Is Handsome Rob in there?
Vin Diesel.
No. I want to ask Handsome Rob which movie he's more excited about. Because Handsome Rob is like me. He's a giant fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. Which is really an absurd thing to be a fan of.
Is he a dick, Vin Diesel?
Rock doesn't like him, not one bit.
And I like
now, I've heard he's a nice man. I know Maria Menounos is good friends with him, and she adores him. So
Rob loves all the Vin Diesel franchises.
Well, here's my thought on Vin Diesel.
Yeah, Triple X. Yeah, Rob tried to get me into Triple X.
Here's the first one's awesome. It's great. It's great. But here's my thought on Vin Diesel. There's a period of time when Vin Diesel wanted people to take him seriously. People forget he had a drop off. Okay.
Like when he did the pacifier.
Yes, exactly.
That movie sucked.
So Vin Diesel. So Vin Diesel, I think, for a period of time, wanted to move beyond being an action hero and wanted to go the Arnold Schwarzenegger route. He refused Triple X Part 2. He wouldn't do it.
That's right. Ice Cube
came in and started.
How was he?
I mean, you know, Ice Cube is not exactly like ripped to shreds action star guy. You know, Ice Cube is more the we gotta go in. Right.
Rappers start yelling. Yeah.
Ice Cube is the guy with the gun. You know what I mean? He's not using his hands so much.
Rob talks about Triple X movies like we talk about Tarantino movies.
I love it.
The first Triple X is a very, very good film.
It's awesome.
Do you think Rob likes the Riddick franchise?
Chronicles of Riddick, of course.
But that's what I mean. But he left all that stuff behind. And when he left all that stuff behind is when The Rock started to kind of drift in, Tokyo drift in.
Oh, yeah.
And become an action star himself. And it wasn't until The Rock became this big star that Vin Diesel was like, wait. And he came back to action movies only to find that The Rock had stolen his crown. Vin Diesel was the man for a hot second in action movies. And then The Rock came in and took the crown away and then he stole the Fast and Furious franchise right out from under his nose.
Yeah, I mean, Vin Diesel has to realize The Rock is The Rock.
He's The Rock.
He came in bigger.
Yeah, and everybody loves him.
Yeah.
Universal. Do you think if Vin Diesel were like, I'm thinking about running for president, nobody would be sitting there having real conversations where they'd go, you know, I would actually vote for Vin Diesel. Nobody would. But people are actually saying, oh, I'd probably vote for The Rock. Okay. Dude, I can't believe you got that video.
Why? Rock's a good guy.
He's a fan.
Guys of similar ilk, just communicating.
Yeah. I interviewed The Rock once, and he told me he was a fan of Jim Norton.
Yeah, we haven't even met. It's funny, we're just like celebrity friends.
Watching each other's work from afar.
Admiring each other from a distance. Yeah, too busy to move. We'll come together on a project.
What are you more excited about, Rob? The continuation of Fast and the Furious as they had in Part 9?
Fast 9?
Or the beginning? Fast and the Furious has gotten so insane. It started as just a movie about some street racers who worked at a gas station. And, you know, we've gotten to the place now where they're trying to save the world from evil Russians.
And having a nuclear bomb.
They want to blow up everything.
Siphon, right? Yeah.
Right.
Charlie
So,
Theron.
it doesn't make sense that the Fast and the Furious people are doing this.
No.
But it makes sense that Hobbs and Shaw would do that, right? Hobbs and Shaw have to save the world. So I think that what people are going to do is they're going to watch Hobbs and Shaw and be like, of course Hobbs and Shaw are saving the world. And then Fast and Furious 9 are going to come in and they're going to go, we're saving the world too, and people are going to go, get out of here. Who cares about you guys? This is old.
I'd like to have seen Hobbs and Shaw. Even though it's not a movie I would want to see, just to support The Rock, and I like Jason Statham.
Are you see Fast 9?
And Idris Elba's in it. He's the bad guy. I can't wait.
Yeah.
He's great in everything.
It's awesome.
I may go see that. I'm a stringer.
Go see it in IMAX.
Yeah, maybe. When's it come out?
This weekend. You can see Fast 9?
No, I'm not going to.
No, not Fast 9.
I don't even care about that.
Yeah, I think...
So Rock did 5, 6, 7, 8. He did 4 of those.
Yep, he did 5, 6, 7, and 8.
5's the best one. How's the Expendables? Is that still a big franchise?
Yeah, it's just old people running around.
Who is that? Schwarzenegger and
Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
What does that mean that they are expendable? Because they're old.
Right.
That kind of thing.
He was in that too.
No, yeah, because
Jason Statham was a great action guy.
He's awesome.
He's the same in every movie. You gotta get it done. But he does.
You think him and The Rock get along really well?
They get along like they've known each other forever. They're literally best friends.
That'd be so much fun to hang out.
I bet The Rock's wife is like, oh my God, is it Jason again? Like, when do I get my husband back?
Probably because they're both just fucking. They probably both kind of stay in their lane with each other. Like, you're an action star and I'm an action star. That's they don't have egos. Like, they're so different. They don't need to be each other. Like, The Rock is The Rock and he's him.
Chicks love both of them.
Do they like Jason Statham?
Oh, God damn. And they probably are just... I mean, Rob brings up a great point.
Yeah, you know. Do you think he can get pussy, though?
Jason Statham? Oh, my God.
Just as much as he wants.
He's a rugged guy with an accent. He kind of doesn't shave, and he's a nice guy. He's in good shape.
Right. He can get vaginas if he were fat. It wouldn't matter. I mean, he's not.
Look at that. Yeah, he might work out. I'm a trainer.
His bottle cap challenge was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he just kicked it.
Kicked it right off.
It's easy for him.
Yeah, he does do everything.
He knows ninjutsu.
He does know ninjutsu.
Yeah. Frank was good. Frank was great. None of the movies are any different. It could be Crank, it could be Fast and Furious. You don't know what you're watching. It's fantastic.
Probably trains.
Doesn't matter.
I bet he trains martial arts just to stay in shape for fight scenes.
Of course he does.
He does it for fun. Jason Statham's successful because he knows his lane.
He stays right there.
I've never seen. What was the one with him and Brad Pitt? It was Snatch.
Oh my God! You've never seen Snatch?
Great.
That was his first movie.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's not his first movie, Robert. So stupid.
So very
Lock, Stock, and
Lock, Stock, and
Oh,
Two
that's
Smoking
right.
Barrels,
My bad.
Which
Same
is
director.
so fucking
Is that
good.
good too?
Dude, that whole
Both Guy Ritchie movies?
Oh my God, they're great. I like Lock, Stock better than Snatch, but
Like a lot of things better than Snatch. M&M's and cock.
the ending of Lock, Stock is fucking.
Yeah, shocker. Travis prefers Barrel to Snatch.
Okay. You put it that way.
Ghost of Mars.
The Transporter. You ever seen the
Yeah.
Transporter? Of course. Same as
My favorite hotel.
It's great.
I bet it is.
I'm staying in the trans. We're staying. Jim is staying in the trans.
So yeah, the one I've never seen a lot of those or any of them actually.
They're all the same.
Yep.
And they're all
It's the same
fine.
They jump in a Mini Cooper and they act like it's a cool car when it's not.
And they drive it in the house.
They drive in the house.
Like the subway stations and everything.
It's such a small car.
Down.
Hallways are wide enough. They can drive around a mansion.
Cut through trains.
Is it a big house?
It's a very big house.
They drive a car in it?
Oh, yes, they do. A
It
Mini
doesn't get
Cooper.
through the doors, though.
Yes, it does.
It's a Mini Cooper.
It's a double door house. Yeah. Mark Wahlberg's great in it.
Yep. Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron is great.
So attractive.
She's the hero.
I wanna kiss her feet.
So is Tarantino. She's the hero instead of the devious Russian villain in this one.
And Ed Norton was awesome as the villain.
That's right. It's fabulous.
I love that Ed Norton is like this amazing actor, but he's still like, yeah, I'll do the Italian job. Want some money from me? Sounds great.
He hasn't done that much lately.
He doesn't do that much to begin with.
I think he's picky about what he does.
Very picky.
Yeah.
Did that shitty Marlon Brando movie.
What was that? Oh, with De Niro? That was The Job or the
Yeah.
oh, what was it called? The something.
It was such a letdown. Because they built it up so, like, there was so much hype behind it. It was De Niro.
Heist? What was that called?
Stone?
No.
No, that was the one
The
he was in jail.
The Score.
The Score, when he acts as a mentally retarded person.
Yeah.
The MRF.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Charlize Theron.
Yep.
How was Marlon Brando at the third movie? Brando was so fat in that.
The big guy.
Yeah. I want to watch that again.
Miguel in Houston wants to correct this. What's up, Miguel?
Hey, Sam. Yeah, Vin Diesel was in Tokyo Drift. He wasn't in Too Fast, Too Furious.
That's right. I forgot. He did have a small cameo. Yeah, thank you very much, Miguel. Yeah, Too Fast, Too Furious is when, that's the period of time when Vin Diesel thought that he was going to go beyond being an action star. It's like, let me not be typecast in Too Fast, Too Furious. Let me not be typecast in this Triple X sequel. Then The Rock was like, hold my beer. And he jumped right in.
I mean,
Right in.
the Fast and Furious franchise is probably one of the best franchises ever.
I would say Fast and Furious universe is better than the Marvel universe.
Is Tyrese
It's up there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's
on Vin Diesel's side, right?
He is.
As
Yeah.
far as, like, this whole rock thing goes?
Ludacris is one of them.
Ludacris. Luda's in it. He's great in it. He's like, he's the comic relief.
I think he came in to promote it that one time.
He's
He was
the tech guy.
on K-Rock.
He did. Don't talk about old shit.
And he did not like
Luda doesn't like to talk. He said, don't talk. We don't talk about old shit. That's all.
Luda should be happy anyone's talking about it.
What? We don't talk about old shit. That's all. My people should have told you. We don't talk about old shit.
Well, it knows.
Yeah. Ludacris is really bummed out, I'll bet, that he didn't get thrown into the Hobbs and Shaw. I bet
You'll laugh on the wrong side.
Yeah, you think that they've clicked on either side? Like there are some Fast and Furious people and some Hobbs and Shaw people.
That's a difficult environment to work in.
And everybody really knows that they're like, look, Finn's a good guy. We've been with him the whole time, but clearly Hobbs and Shaw's the way to go.
Hobbs and Shaw looks a lot more fun, too.
Yeah, oh, so much more
Is there
fun.
going to be a lot of action, you think?
Just action.
Dude, there's a gif of The Rock and Jason Statham fighting Idris Elba, and I just keep watching it. Over and over.
Keep watching a GIF?
A GIF. I'm
Why?
just,
Because
because
I can't wait to see this.
I cannot wait. I love these things. They're so awesome.
It sounds great. I mean, you explaining it that way, it does sound
again.
awesome.
You like a pure action movie?
Yeah.
They're great.
They're great, right?
They're awesome.
Isn't it great when you know that, cause like you go, like we talked about Tarantino in the first hour of the show, and you're like, I bet that this movie probably took a good year and a half to write. Isn't it great when you watch a movie and you go, I bet they wrote this movie in 30 minutes.
Yep. That's what Tarantino should do. He should have The Rock in his next movie.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Or Jason Statham. And have those guys do a scene, a dialogue scene.
Dialogue heavy.
That is completely the opposite of what they do. That would be so good. They probably wouldn't want to invest the time because they make so much money doing these movies. But that would be really interesting to have them in a Tarantino movie.
Or Vin Diesel, right? Or maybe just...
I would say Rock is more of a...
Maybe we'll do Rock. Yeah. You think Vin Diesel would be bummed out if The Rock
I know
showed up
nothing
in a
about it.
Tarantino movie?
I told you I sat like 2 seats away from him on a plane. He was reading a script. I think that's Vin Diesel.
But if you had to guess, do you think he'd be bummed out to see The Rock in a Tarantino movie?
Hey, I think he's bummed out to see The Rock doing anything. The Rock works out a lot.
When you said everything, you were right.
Oh yeah, but you were right. I want to work out in the Iron. What's called the Iron Paradise.
Dude, wouldn't that be fun? I want to do that.
I want to go do a little cardio.
I do too. I don't want to do cardio. I want to lift with The Rock.
Think he has a trainer?
A couple. I think he's got one on retainer.
I would love to see The Rock's, because he has a great Instagram to follow. Like, he has those cheat Sundays where he eats his fucking sushi. It's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to know the machine that it is that moves his, like, when he has to leave. All right, Rock is shooting here. He goes home for a couple days, and he goes there and shoots. They got to move the gym. They got to get the trail. Like, he has a tremendous operation going.
Will Smith does too. Will Smith has like a 2 or 3 story trailer.
Yes. But The Rock has even more, I think, because of that giant gym he has to go with.
Right, it's like a giant.
He's a bigger guy.
Truck.
Well, yeah.
The Rock's a big guy.
It's a 2 or 3 story tractor trailer, I'm sure, for Will Smith.
Yes.
Giant. How can we see? Is there anything that shows? How you doing? I'm chilling.
Something for the kids.
That's cool. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, just something for the young people.
It's
like,
young.
What? You know, just something to start your month.
I feel like that song was written for them.
No, Lenny Williams, because I love him.
No. Patrice would know. All right, fine things to talk about today. God, stupid radio, man. When is radio gonna wake up? You're letting these dumb, tiny little groups all over the place ruin this fine business that I grew up loving. Loving radio.
Just doesn't fail.
Don't love it as much because they're not doing the right thing. These radio stations. I don't know this show. I know the radio station from my time on Long Island, working at BAB. They suspended a guy that works for the morning show, I guess, at WBLI. Now you're thinking, as soon as you hear another DJ got suspended, okay, what? Another, like, you're thinking Imus. You're thinking some outrageous, even though we didn't think it was outrageous, some comment like Imus made, right?
Yep.
This is how crazy it's getting. A radio DJ for a top-rated local morning show was suspended yesterday after refusing to apologize for making nasty comments about... Anyone?
What did this guy say?
Yeah, there you go. You can go with the... No, he
Asian, black, gay.
You mean nasty comments about Mastic residents on the air, the program's host said.
And in Mistake Beach?
Mastic.
Oh, that was it, Mistake Beach.
Did I say that?
No.
Okay.
People call them Mastic.
Oh, they call it Mistake?
Mistake.
Mastic is a hellhole. Everyone knows it's a hellhole now.
Oh, Mastic is like a bad part of Long Island.
It's white trashy. It's not the greatest homes. It's not the greatest homes. There's probably some nice homes in the area.
Really?
But for the most part, it's not a place you would be.
It's like they call it Long Island.
Yeah, it's just all the same. Long Island.
How bad is Mastic?
It's a dump.
All right, it's a dump. I used to let me tell you a little something. Back when I was a little tater tot, could barely walk at that age, my parents used to take me and Joe and Dawn out to Mastic to the bungalow. This was a little house with a pool in the back, and I got films of this stuff from my father used to take film everywhere, 8mm film, so I got that on video now. And it's all these adults, or they were in their 20s, I guess, at the time, but just getting hammered and partying in Mastic. Bunch of white Italian families. Okay, good. And then years later, I guess I decided, I wonder where that bungalow is. Let me check that out. See what the hell that's all about. So I drove there and I'm like, whoa, this neighborhood changed. And went to the place and it was all boarded up. And the pool was ripped apart and full of garbage and lumber. It was awful. That's pretty sad. But that is kind of what happened.
White people did this to them. There's no white people.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure of the demographic of Mastic. Perhaps we could pull up a census sheet. I think it's more white trash than anything. Is it, right? White trash more than anything?
I can stand back.
So,
Iraq, what do you got?
Hold on. What do you got? Go ahead.
People who live in the woods that you never see except at night. They just come out of the woods. How do you know that? I've been there.
Zombies?
You're trying to say this
Zombies living in Mastic?
In the woods. When they
suspended. You can't say there's zombies.
The answer is within yourself.
The Federation of Zombie Americans are going to fire off a letter to our boss. Yeah, really? Crystal meth. They love their crystal meth.
Well, here's the deal. We don't really like radio guys, but we like radio, so we defend pretty much everyone that's getting in trouble at this point.
Yeah.
Someone has to stand up and yell and scream for this crap.
Of course.
So on Wednesday, Randy, a co-host on the BLI in the morning on WBLI, asked a caller from Mastic. Ready for this? So there's your setup about this fine town.
And let me just give this stat really quickly. 77.7% white in Mastic. So you are talking, I gather, what is known as white trash.
And then you got
probably, I would say Indian. Probably the Long Island Indian is 2%.
You got 264 American Indians. You got 183 Asians. You got 0 Native Hawaiians.
12% Hispanic and 77% white. So it's pretty much Hispanic. 3/4 white, 1/4 Hispanic.
Oh my God.
Scummy bunch of scruffy scuzbags in Long Island.
It's a supermodel hotbed.
Did you say 18?
Oh, if they breed,
Here's your model.
always looks
Or
good.
8
Now this
teens?
guy, Randy, on this morning show, a caller from Mastic calls in, and this is all Randy said, and he gets suspended for it. Did your pipes freeze under the trailer, or do you have that stuff down there to keep them warm? The caller who was entering a contest said she lived in a house and was very angry with him, in which Randy replied, just think, if you win this game, the whole trailer park will be excited. That's a guy who's trying to entertain his audience, making a joke.
Mastic is kind of known.
And the PD, this lame PD that has no balls, spineless, should have said exactly that this guy is just trying to entertain his audience and trying to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Oh no, station managers asked Randy to apologize on yesterday's show, but he never did, which I applaud. I applaud Randy for not apologizing.
Who was that? Jesus.
Genuinely, in his mind, he doesn't believe he did anything wrong. Randy did not return an email message yesterday. Station manager John Shea did not return calls for comments last night. BLI is owned by blah, blah, blah. A message left at their office, blah, blah, blah. At this point, a hollow apology and a mere suspension will not be appropriate, said William Floyd School District Board President Bob Vecchio, who called for Randy to be fired.
Fired for that comment?
For that comment.
What's wrong with that?
Go away, Bob.
What did he say?
And for area residents to boycott the station and its advertisers. Well, we agree with that. You should be listening to the Opie and Anthony show.
Of course.
You can't get a free pass when you attack an entire community. You can't get a free pass when you attack an entire community?
Yes, you can.
Shut up, Bob Vecchio.
An entire community. Drive through there. Take a look. See if he was accurate.
Well, the station, the radio station, you got to stick up for your guys, man. Simple as that. You're allowing these dumb little pockets of special interest groups to completely ruin
run your station.
What used to be a great business. A great business.
They're running your station.
Can you believe that? Suspend them over that?
Community.
Like a lousy trailer park joke?
You're allowed to. You can't offend an entire community. Yes, you can.
Where can you go to offend people now?
Yeah, where's that place? Just go to the offend place.
Internet, they can't control that yet.
No.
I see 25 years before they can actually get a hold of it.
Figure that out where they can say, no, you're not allowed to say that. Get in trouble.
Well, you got to get the whole world to agree, so I think the internet is safe for a very long time.
Because they have to stop porn first before they can stop,
So what's the mean income of Mastic?
$14 a week.
$14 a week?
I don't know.
How much do wheels for the trailer?
What are the wheels for? They pull them off so people can just drive away with their house. They always pull the wheels off of those things.
Some horrid part of Long Island. $100.
Look, I'm from that place. I'm from Long Island.
What's the thing that breaks down the most? That's who makes the most money. Cars.
Yeah, auto repair places. Like a Joey Buttafuoco kind of guy.
Mechanics, he's the big boss.
Yeah. It's a lot of older cars.
Joey, can you fix this? Yeah.
Let's go to Ray at Mastic.
Yeah.
Ray, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Mastic Beach is the biggest dump
Cheap.
ever. 2 years ago, I was looking to buy a house. I had nowhere else to buy a house. I only afford Mastic Beach, and now I want to sell. So if anybody wants wants to buy my house, Red11313
There you go. He didn't kid him, man. He wants out.
$1,500 for your house.
Kids can't even walk past the school without being jacked.
What?
Dragging them into the woods. There's a camper right across the street from my high school. It just got ripped down. So the news was there. The kids were dragged into the camper.
So how about Bob Vecchio stop going after dumb DJs and make your community better?
Yeah.
Listen, how much money for this house that I'm gonna make it to a slum law? I'm gonna be a slum lord in Mastic. How much you want for the house, man?
Whatever, just buy it.
Just buy it, get him out of there. All right, thank you, sir. Let's go to Mark.
Low four figures.
He's entertaining all offers.
Let's go to Mark. What's up, Mark?
Hey guys, I gotta get after the Iris thing about WRCN when they made fun of Mastic.
Yeah.
You know, they all got an uproar about it. Just like the other callers said, 3 girls were assaulted within like 6 blocks of the school.
Yeah.
My wife was, not assaulted, but she was approached by guys on her way home from work one night. What do you want? What do you need? What do you, what do you want? Weed? These homeowners, Mastic Beach property owners that are trying to we're going to revitalize the neighborhood. Get rid of the crack houses. Get rid of the crack heads.
And leave the DJs alone. You don't see DJs. Oh yeah.
I'm going. I want to see this.
I want to go to Mastic.
White crackheads we don't know about in the news.
So E-Rock's told you don't go near the woods. People get abducted.
Yeah, I live on a nice block. I'm on a dead end. I got 10 houses on my block. It's a really nice, road.
Fortification.
Yeah, exactly. If I put my own brother gave me a 12-gauge shotgun as a housewarming gift. When he turned around, my mother said, "Oh, Mark bought a house."
All I've heard over the years is that Mastic is a dangerous place, and this station manager didn't stick up for his guy. What a wimp!
You're offending an entire community, Opie.
Who gives a crap?
But I do understand.
You know what? DJs aren't making fun of Mutton Town, Anthony. There might be some truth to this if they're making white trash jokes.
Mutton Town.
But you know what, sir? I would say that I think white people are diligent in making sure that they're not seen to be problems that usually they equate to blacks or
the black community,
Puerto Ricans or
right.
Whoever. I'm very happy to hear there's a scummy town full of white people. Can't stop abducting each other. Can't stop smoking crack. I enjoy this. I'm gonna take a visit.
I'd be there with a news camera every night.
I do have something to plug. Patrice O'Neal will be going to Mastic after the show and just visiting.
Just checking it out.
Visiting all your bulletproof Chinese restaurants.
Yeah. Let's go to Anthony. Anthony and Mastic. What's up, Anthony?
How's it going, guys?
Hey.
Mastic is full of a bunch of white people that want to be gangsters. They think they're gangsters. They're full of themselves. And Mastic is a rotting cesspool.
Yeah. I don't know anything about this show, but I would strongly suggest our listeners call up WBLI on Long Island and say you're from Mastic, and then you can take a joke, and you really should stick up for your guys.
And it's not a joke, it was the truth.
Right. You really should stick up for your guys and protect your guys, because all they're trying to do is entertain and make people laugh on the way to work. Simple as that. Enough is enough. Don't let these dumb little special interest groups ruin radio. God, enough! Well, I don't know. Whatever. If it's a bad station, it's a bad station. That's not the point I'm trying to make here.
Yeah.
You gotta stick up for these DJs that are getting in trouble because they're ruining it for everybody. These wimpy station managers that can't, stick up for their boys.
Yeah, but
people that just cry over everything and they, here's some stupid little crap and oh my God, that's offensive. Let's go complain about it.
Right.
Get over life and just.
I mean, the phone calls that are coming in, the phone's lit. Mastic is where all the sex predators are. Can we
really punch up that website that has that little
can we get
red pins in the map?
Yeah, get that red pin map thing. I want to see.
Love that.
I want to see what a map of Mastic looks like.
Sex predators, huh?
Let's say hi to Dave in Jersey. Dave, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey. All right, man.
Hey, I just want to say the only place you make fun of a specific group or person right now is you got to be a cartoon or like a movie or something.
Yeah, we've talked about that over the years. You're 100% right. If you're a cartoon, you can get away with murder. But real people just trying to entertain, you can't. Because we're supposed to, we're supposed to take this radio thing seriously for some reason.
Yeah, no joke.
Did you hear what Opie and Anthony said tonight? Yeah, we said it because we were just trying to entertain and get a laugh out there.
No jokes.
Unbelievable.
Serious nowadays, man. I mean, Chinese are gonna come over and they're gonna invade this country. And they're not even gonna use any weapons. They're gonna walk down the street, go, you're fat, you're ugly, you're black, you're white. You know, and everybody's just gonna fall down and start crying. And they're gonna walk all over us as a country.
Yeah, we're raising a generation of wimps. Everyone offended by everything. There's another story in the paper we're going to get to today. People are offended by a dumb billboard that says crispy freaking chicken.
Frickin'.
Yeah, frickin'.
Frickin', because freakin' it would be chicken. Freakin' chicken. This is frickin' chicken. It's, first of all, it's just a dumb ad.
Yeah.
But people are actually offended by it and want the sign ticket now.
All right, and in Pennsylvania, a billboard advertisement is causing a bit of an uproar. The fast food joint Sheetz unveiled its crispy freaking chicken billboards at the beginning of the month. But some people say the chicken restaurant ads contain foul language that offends them. Hopefully, I didn't just offend you. The company says the ad campaign targets young people and was not meant to offend anyone.
Young people don't get offended.
You know what?
Why that?
Where was the offense?
You know what?
Yeah, what's the, I guess frickin', because it's like the innocent version of the F word 20 billion times removed. What is that?
Hey, I wouldn't be a spokesperson for this company. I would go, none of you.
They should have rhymed it with chuckin'. Is what I think would have been. Now that might have offended some people.
Unbelievable.
Crispy.
Who's offended by that? And why are we giving them power? Shouldn't we just slap people like that and go, shut up?
Shut up. How are you offended by that?
Shut up.
Some people are offended by anything. Any word will offend somebody. They put it up on a billboard. Frickin'? That was a word you could get away with as a kid saying in your house and not get smacked by your father.
But what is it where no one who's in charge of anything is funny? And what is it where the lack of, like, trying to actually be a boss, funny people don't go together? Like, like, I'm not trying to run a company. I just like to be funny. Most people, you just want to do your radio show and be funny and entertaining. But there's somebody who's your boss who's not funny.
Not funny.
Kidding.
Never
Not funny.
Never.
Yeah.
Like, funny's not, and funny, not meaning, oh, you make me laugh, but some people aren't funny who love funniness, though. But they just never was blessed with being able to have timing or anything.
Right. Yeah, but they're...
Let's go to Steve. Go ahead, Steve. Steve, what's up? Hey.
Hey, listen, I live there. You know what? He's absolutely right. I've lived there my whole life. I had a white trash house next to me that I successfully had closed down by the town. Not all of us are white trash, majority are. The problem is that they dump welfare and dump everybody in there because the house
It's a bunch of Section 8 housing.
I know Martecchio.
Yeah, and?
I know Martecchio. And I'm going to make him eat shit over there.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. I need to curse. Sorry.
Yeah, this guy's a little...
I'm going to make him eat
pissed off.
Yeah.
He
should be fired over there.
Well, he should mind his own business. And I'll tell you another thing. The station manager at WBLI should be fired. This John Shea should be fired for actually suspending one of his guys over something that is so damn tame.
Okay, this is the same. They own DAB also.
Whatever.
That hack on DAB for saying something about Hispanic.
Right.
It has no... There's no testicles, no balls, you know? It's a Mickey station for fat housewives that think they're into modern music.
Right.
You know, it's horrible.
I call for the firing of John Shea, the station manager of WBLI.
Yes.
It's time that these station managers, program directors, corporate, they all stick up for their shows that they supposedly believe in and put on their air.
What's up?
What's going on?
Not much.
Paul got to his appointment.
Just got picked up right now.
Okay. So I called that Atlantic, and they said just mail in that paper they sent me signed or fax it over. I'll fax it over tonight. But they're 46 weeks out. So I said, that's fine. I just want to make sure I have the money before I called her, because she just laughed. She goes, it's fine.
Is that the paving people?
Yeah. So probably just for a second week in September. Around there.
Okay.
Which is fine. So we'll get that done. I gotta wait till tomorrow to call Home Depot because the person I have to speak to won't be in there till tomorrow. That's what Paul told me. He told me who to talk to. So, call them tomorrow. I want to see if I can get my money back and get it in that different machine because I hate that machine.
Should be able to.
Try that. The new Pro, they got answering machine thing, so I left a message on that. So they'll get back to me. Oh. So that's my news. Anything else going on?
Nope.
Going over to see the kids?
Probably later.
And don't worry if he's not home. Just he can get it.
Can't get in his room.
Huh?
Can't get in his room.
Yeah, he can.
How?
He uses his pencil.
No,
He knows his code.
Told me if I wasn't going to be home that I should leave the door open for him.
Oh, did you leave it open?
No. I'm not being responsible for his shit getting lost and stolen and something happening. Fuck that. I'm not falling for anyone's tricks.
Oh, don't stay home with you. You're gonna go see the kids, go see the kids. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be a hot one this week again. How's he doing on the porch, alright?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw Josie this morning.
Oh, yeah?
She's still as crazy as ever.
Did she come in to see you?
No, she drops her sister off.
Oh, yeah?
And I was out having a cigarette, and I screams. I went, oh my God. So I went over, and yeah, she's still working for the doctors. Dr. Sousa died.
Yeah.
Dr. Higgins comes in occasionally. He doesn't really. But they got like about 5 or 6 new doctors there now. There's only 2 you guys alone.
Yeah.
I see. These young kids are all a bunch of pain in the ass. All they do is talk on the phone. You tell them not to talk on the phone. They look at you like you got 2 heads. Blah, blah, blah. And of course she's swearing up a storm. She's never changed. I said, well, I'm ready for the old age home. She goes, I'm not. I said, well, I am. So open it. Get her ready. God. I told her, I was telling her about the Flynn machines having to be covered up and everything. We can't use them all. She goes, well, I'll come over and I'll hand foil. I'll show those assholes up.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, you do that. Oh, she's a handful. I miss her. I still laugh so much with her. Although she got me in trouble a lot, but whatever. She's still fun. So when's JP's wedding?
September 20-something. Yeah. Yeah.
They're out on the boat a lot. Is that his boat?
No, it's someone in her family's. Her extended family has money.
See pictures of the babies on the board all the time.
Yeah. She had a video of them dancing together, and then one stopped and the other one wanted to keep dancing, and they started fighting. Dancing to something in the living room, you know?
Yeah.
And they were holding hands doing like the ring around the rosy dance thing.
Yeah.
And then one stopped and went to like sit on the couch, and the other one was like, no, it's round the rosy time, let's keep going. And the other one didn't want to do it. Yeah. Oh, goodness. I slept good last night. I didn't want to get up this morning, though. It was so comfortable.
I wanted to watch all my shows, but I quit at 9. I think I quit at 9 o'clock. I went to sleep.
You got a few more to finish it?
Oh, yeah, I've got more to go. It's weird. When they're talking, they're very low. You can't hear them. I get it up to like 1920. And then when the thing comes on, it's like blasting. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Don't know what that's all about.
I don't either. I can't find that paper I wrote down Paul's thing on, but it could be, because when I was sitting there doing it, I think I put Charlie and the year he was born, the year we got him to the year he was born, 1998 or some stupid thing like that. Could try that.
Yeah, I'll go through and see if I can figure it out.
I didn't write mine down, so I have no idea what I put for me. I just wasn't even thinking when I did it. I just did it to get the thing on. Can't find this paper. I know I wrote it down somewhere. Whatever. This place is fucking super. Thursday I gotta leave at noontime and go over to you know what I mean, Social Security.
Yeah. Did you call that? Oh, you said you called that guy today, right? But no answer. Yeah.
Which guy?
The Whirlpool guy. Did you call him?
No. I wanna call Home Depot first.
Okay.
So if they take it back, then I just call the other guy and tell him don't come back.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah, no, I'll take care of him. I want to see what Home Depot says first.
Okay.
If they tell me I have to go to Whirlpool, then I'll call them and tell them.
Okay.
He has to call them and tell them. But Paul said they should take it, so let's see. We shall see. So that's about it. Nothing new in the news.
No,
Still
same.
a lot of
Well,
accidents, though.
yeah, there was a lot of a big couple shootings over the weekend. One in New York and one in California last night at some festival. But I just change it. I don't want to hear that shit.
And some guy in New Hampshire got hit by a train in his car. What a mess. That was on the news.
Oh yeah, I saw that thing. Yeah.
Some lady, elderly, I think it was an elderly lady, crashed her car and landed in somebody's pool. Went out of control and went through a yard or something and ended up in their pool.
Sounds about
I don't
right.
know how they do that. But whatever. stuff. Really. Alright, so I'll see you, or won't see you, whatever. If you go, have a good time.
Yep. Yeah, I might be here when you get home, depending on when she changes her mind or not. We'll see. Like I said.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with the last thing I've heard, so. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Alright, love ya.
Love you too.
Alright, bye.
Bye-bye.
There's no reason an entire community.
And the article goes on to say, at this point, a hollow apology and a mere suspension will not be appropriate, said William Floyd School District Board President Bob Vecchio, who called for Randy to be fired and for area residents to boycott the station and its advertisers. You can't get a free pass when you attack an entire community. Yeah. With that, we welcome Bob Vecchio to the Greg and Tony Show. Mr. Vecchio. Good morning. How are you, sir? Yeah, I guess your phone is ringing off the hook today, huh, sir? Yeah, I bet. Now, this DJ went on the air, and what kind of reaction did you get from his comments that led you to contact the station and call for his firing? Comments were mean-spirited, tried to disparage the entire community before George stroke. And what was most troubling to me as a school board president is this radio station's target audience is a younger crowd, mainly high school students. And, you know, lumping our community in saying, you know, we're not trailer park trash. Our community took it to that over the entire community to attack our youth as well. Well, you're not all trailer park trash. What percentage of shit would you say is trailer park trash? Well, we have no trailer parks whatsoever. Community like so many communities across this country, but it is a hard-working community. We have a great school district, beautiful waterfront community. Did you say on or in or under? It is a waterfront community. Smith Point Community Beach, some of the best beach around. Oh, I love Smith Point. I'm out there on Long Island. That's our community, and we have pockets of diversity. So, what's the problem with this radio show? I mean, Master can't take a joke, I guess. Is that the message here? But don't you think people take it as sophomoric humor, and they shouldn't be offended, and they shouldn't take it seriously, and don't they should realize that it's just a radio show trying to entertain people? If you're trying to entertain people, you should try to be an entertainer and not try to be mean-spirited as Jerry Springer. So, what's wrong with Jerry Springer? We're all about drug culture. So, everybody loves the train wreck and move on to the next train wreck. Unintended consequences. And I think if you're going to try to discourage our youth in that manner, we're not going to sit by and let you get a free pass.
How is he, I'm just curious, how is the youth being disparaged by this remark, sir?
Well, if you're going to call an entire community trailer park trash, you're calling our kids trailer park trash, and that's not true. And we're going to stick up and we're going to defend for what's right. And, you know, we could take a joke just as good as anybody else, but, you know...
it doesn't really sound like you can take a joke, because I don't think this guy was being mean-spirited. He was just trying to get a laugh out there.
No, well, you know, obviously he didn't take a joke. Yeah, sure.
What is the... can you please give an example? I know it's on the spot, but can you please give an example of an acceptable mastic joke that I could make about mastic and not get in trouble? Just so I know, so I wouldn't get in trouble.
Well, I don't think today there would be an acceptable mastic joke.
No.
I mean, given the circumstances of what had happened in our community, we had 3 kids that were attempted to be abducted and sexually assaulted. And this only goes back a couple of weeks ago. So
yes. In mastic, right?
In
nasty. So it's not. So you're basically saying yourself, it's really not a safe place.
So you're just saying, don't joke about the fact that your town stinks.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No.
And, obviously you guys are following along the same lines, and that's fine. Our community...
Well, I was brought up on Long Island, and I think everyone knows that Mastic is not the safest place on Long Island. It's right up there as one of the worst towns on Long Island. I'm from Huntington.
Okay. So
and the North Ward area, and what?
Yeah, you come from a safe community as well, and again...
Right, so I don't think this guy was far-fetched by making a little joke. Everyone knows that Mastic has its problems.
Sure. Well,
And you guys got a long way to go before people feel safe in that community.
Well, listen, if he didn't cross the line, why would his management suspend him?
Because his manager is a wimp.
I think there's
to be completely honest with you, he's a wimp.
There's this whole atmosphere of fear that's going on with the media these days, that if anybody complains about something that somebody's doing, especially in humor, that they have to instantly suspend the personality, or else there's going to be these huge repercussions, which I don't understand.
Well, you know what? You guys might not understand it, and we just reacted to a comment that we felt crossed the line.
And you still think
take their own decision.
You still think this gentleman should be fired?
Absolutely, because if you listen to his program,
you're insane, Bob.
Well, let me hear why. Let me hear why. Why should he be fired?
Program content on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
No, actually, I haven't.
Okay. Well, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to contact.
But shouldn't you be controlling the school? But like, your expertise is school. But when did your expertise become funny? Like, why are you in funny business?
No, what I'm an advocate for our community. Okay.
But what if I start saying that the way you teach kids at the school is not appropriate? Like, you're getting into something that's not even up your alley. Just teach math.
Well, listen, number one, as a school board president, I'm not a teacher, so if you knew anything about it.
But see, you're not even, you're one of these guys. You argue, it's called context.
You just made our point. We don't know about what you do, but you certainly don't know what funny is. So Patrice made a perfect point there. Bob, your community needs a lot of help. The last thing you need to do is go after dopey DJs.
Well, no, we're taking one issue at a time, and you know what? We're not going to let the media take a free pass at our community.
Mastic stinks.
I think
you can certainly say that, sir, but
I don't say it. 47,000 other people say it.
I don't know if we're allowed to say Mastic. Is making sure that Mastic is protected as all hell's breaking.
I've heard of Mastic in the last hour since I've been sitting here, and all I know is that it stinks. There's not one thing that anyone said that, boy, Mastic is great. A guy's selling his house for $50.
Bob, we read the story on our show, and then the phones lit up. Not one guy defending Mastic. We had phone call after phone call after phone call about how horrific this place still is.
Well, then I'm not one guy that's advocating and telling.
Well, there you go. Bravo. So you'll shut down a radio show. One guy.
I'm not shutting down a radio show. That's what BLI is doing.
No, see, because they're wimps, because they take what you guys have to say seriously.
Well, it's about time somebody says.
No, I don't think so, Bob. I don't think it's about time. Take a joke and take care of your community.
It's about time. It's about time unfunny people keep getting their big noses into funniness.
Well,
just stay out of funny.
Try to be funny.
I think there's a freedom of speech issue here,
There's a freedom of speech issue, and that's why I have the right to say what I want to say.
Exactly.
Well, you do, but you're trying to get a guy's livelihood taken away is not freedom of speech. That's
that's what they call private sector, and we have no control over it.
Yeah, it's on the same lines of mob tactics.
Hey, Bob, I'll tell you the truth. I have a bigger problem with WBLI's management for wimping out. To your complaint.
You know what?
You have every right to complain, but what my biggest thought today is that station management should pretty much hang up on you and go, shut up. Don't tell me how to run my radio station, and I won't tell you how to run your town.
Thank you. And now they gave this guy power. You think he's done now? Oh, he has a little taste of making confusion. Now he's going to be calling everywhere trying to get the Mastic jokes taken out of. Get out of here. Well, you just stop it. Just be happy with the power you got. You're a warden.
Listen, I have no power.
You do. I can smell it on your voice.
No, you're pretty happy today. Your name's in the paper, and you got people talking about your town. I looked at a map of Mastic, and it looks like a Christmas tree. There's so many different colors of sexual predators and in your community.
How can you
What's
take
that
this town
about?
serious?
When my name is in Newsday, I can tell you that right now.
No.
He's not happy.
You're not
Oh,
happy.
you stop it.
I've dealt with Newsday on.
I can see.
Hey, Bob, what do you find funny?
I can tell you.
What
put
does
on,
Bob Vecchio find
He
funny?
put on makeup for this radio interview. You can hear him.
What do you find funny, Bob?
I find a lot of things funny. I
Name one thing specific.
But I find George Carlin very funny, but I don't find him funny on public airwaves. I will go to see a show of his. I will watch him on the HBO.
Right.
I will watch a show in front of my kids.
Well, you do realize that this morning show they followed FCC regulations, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure they do. So
And
that's fine.
it was pretty damn tame.
Well, of course it's tame. I mean, it's tame in comparison to Howard Stern. It's tame in comparison to a lot of other shows on, Opie and Anthony. But you know what? If people react a certain way and the management takes it to a level, that's the management's problem. We are just advocating for what we felt crossed the line. And if we felt it crossed the line and the management are a bunch of whips, get them on your radio show and ask them why they're...
Oh, we're going to try it.
We would.
Bob, this is what you need to do. Say, all right, we made our point, and we don't want the guy actually fired.
That's not my decision.
Well, yeah, it says it in the paper. It says you're calling for Randy to be fired and for area residents to boycott the station and its advertisers. That's Bob Vecchio's comment.
You know how that works.
Right, and that's all right.
But doesn't he know that his under
all
his
right to
thing
have
is
that
the reason why the station acted? Is the fact that you complain is why the station got the guy suspended. So you're not taking any responsibility for, like, if you just mind your business, things would have gone on.
I'm not taking any responsibility for their actions.
No, for your actions of being a tattletale. Like, you're being a tattletale.
A tattletale?
Yeah, you're not even being like a dude.
Well,
Dudes don't do that.
One guy called your office and you decided to make a big stink. I bet you got one complaint about this and you decided to make a big stink. One phone call to Bob Vecchio's office.
And let me ask you a question.
I don't think that was...
Would you snitch on your best friend if he cheated on his wife?
Excuse me?
Would you snitch on your best friend if he cheated on his wife?
If he cheated on his wife,
would you snitch on
my best friend?
Yeah.
That compares to this situation.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Come
He's
on.
trying to, it's a character question.
Yeah, come on. Stop trying to disco dance, Mr. No Context. Just answer the question. If your best friend, don't try to flip. I'm not in your school system. Don't try to word me up. If your best friend, your buddy, cheated on his wife, would you snitch on him?
Would I snitch on him?
You heard me.
I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
Oh, there you go. You're not being real. How can you take anything seriously when you're not even asking a dude question?
Bob, let's go right to the source.
You won't do it. See?
What's up with the people that live in the woods in Mastic?
What's up with the people that live in the
He keeps repeating the question.
Yeah, we've had many people call in from Mastic saying that there's people that actually live in the woods.
I haven't run into them, and we have very little woods out here too.
I'd like to know where do you guys rank the school district in the United States as far as educating the students?
In the United States, we actually do pretty well. We're about average to slightly below average in New York State, but New York State ranks among the top tier.
It does.
In the United States with education.
Okay, we'll check that out.
Mastic has Bizarro everybody's.
Oh, Steve.
Well, I think a lot of areas have Bizarro everywhere.
Yeah.
No, did you see?
You look a lot like a guy we actually like that's in studio today.
And there should be that, like...
He probably has a face for radio, too.
I think, I heard that one. I think they're,
I'm funny.
No, we was laughing at the fact you tried to attempt to be funny because we didn't even think you had that in you.
Look, you know what? You just made fun of ugly people. Maybe we should start calling Newsday. Bob Vecchio makes fun of ugly people.
That's right.
He should step down from his job. See how this works, Bob? How ridiculous it is?
Yeah, that's fine. Call the school district and have them fire me. That's fine.
That's fine with Bob.
We probably would do him a favor, and then he gets to go to a real nice community.
He wants in a better school district.
Yeah,
you know it. He's just working his way up.
It's obvious even Bob Vecchio wants out of Mastic.
You want Smithtown, don't you?
Trying to look unassuming with his goatee.
Yeah, he wants out. So I guess if there's potential employers out there, they should call your office right immediately. We'll get you out of there, Bob. No problem. We'll get you out of there.
I'm very content where I am.
Okay. Let me see. I just want to see if you have a sense of humor.
Oh, I
just
always have.
follow along. Okay. Knock, knock.
Knock, knock. What are you doing?
No, you know how knock, knock jokes go.
Okay, who's there?
Mastic.
Great place. Good for you.
No. Now, Bob, you know how this works. Knock, knock.
Okay, I'm gonna go along with the joke, man. Stick who?
Mastic my in that unsuspecting girl walking through the woods.
Well, it's a good thing you guys are on satellite right now. So your listenership increased by 10 with that.
That was pretty sarcastic.
Yeah, that really was.
Deep down, you're not this robotic mess you're pretending to be. Why don't you just stop? Just be a dude.
I have a feeling that Bob is a raging alcoholic on the weekend.
Say that like it's a bad thing.
Chasing every skirt that doesn't live in Mastic.
He just doesn't want people to know white people actually have these crackhead kind of like traditional black and Puerto Rican what seem to be our problem.
Yeah.
A lot of white people you're terrible.
You do understand a lot of people on Long Island do comment on Mastic a lot in a negative way, don't you, Bob?
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah, and don't you think fixing that is probably a little more important than somebody maybe being offended by a trailer park joke?
Well, I think it's all one and the same. When
I don't think so.
Back, we're gonna
Bob, I think going to the sex offender page and seeing pin marks on there.
It was a rainbow, Bob.
It was a rainbow of colors in Mastic. I think that's a little more important than.
That's why we've called for the Department of Social Services, Janet DeMarzo, to be fired as well. Because
all right, there you go. That's more important than a dumb DJ. Hey, Bob, do us all a favor. Like, build a huge fence around Mastic so none of these people are able to leave.
And no one can
affect the rest of Long Island.
I'll contract with the U.S. government to get some.
All right. See.
Good luck with you in this X-Files episode called Mastic.
Bob, good news, you're being transferred out of Mastic. Bad news, you're going to Wine Dance.
See, he knows.
See, he laughs. I kind of like Bob now because he's laughing.
He's a sarcastic guy.
I know.
He's being just a...
He is.
I'm also a very shallow guy. That's why I'm still on the air with you guys, because I don't care what you think.
That is true.
He's a shallow, sarcastic
Usually
guy.
it would never last this long.
I will say this much. Most people avoid us, and you came right on the air. And I really do have more of a problem with the management of this dumb radio station for listening to your dopey,
your drivel.
I really do.
They already suspended him before I put that dribble in the Newsday reporter's ear.
Yeah, it's too bad. So I have more of a problem with them. But your comment about how he should be fired, you got to relax, Bob. You really do.
Well, again, that's not my decision. So
there's nothing worse than empowering like a not fat, not skinny guy. Like you have the worst. He's just the most annoying shape. Just shaped like a cup of soda. Just not fat. Just a regular guy about 5'8".
Wait, Bob's fighting back. What, Bob?
I said you guys give me far too much credit for assuming I have that much power.
You do.
No, I don't. Ask anybody that knows me. I certainly.
Well, I'm gonna be in Mastic today at 3 with torches and everything. Just killing all the zombies that run around your town. I'm coming up with a bunch of N-words, and we're gonna take care of this goofy town.
We got to get a plan together.
You call me where you're going to be, and we could be raging alcoholics somewhere down near the...
we got to get a plan together. We got to get rid of the zombies first that live in the woods, and then we'll...
We heard about those. I don't know what that's about. We're going to study that.
A bunch of your listeners.
Wow. No, you didn't, Bob. No, you didn't.
We're all walking around with those XM radios.
Hey, he knows a lot about it. All right, Bob, get lost. We got a radio station.
All right, Bob. Go get someone fired.
Yeah.
All right.
Later.
All right. Please.
God, I hate it when that happens. You wind up almost kind of liking him.
Dude, you gotta like the guy.
I know, he's a smart ass.
He's a piece of garbage in some like high level job where he has to be a jerk or he has to be some. Hey, you can't do that. Oh, in his private life,
end jokes. I think end jokes fly out of his mouth.
You know he's a piece of garbage. You couldn't dislike him because he's an ass. He knows it. How can you dislike that guy?
I think he was like biting his lip because he just wanted to say, I completely agree with you guys.
Yeah,
no. Get me out of this hell.
He wasn't even that high, like he wasn't that straight-laced.
I have to live here.
You see his fat face and he tried to dress up nice? You can just see, you can see the dysfunction in his little beady eyes. Good Lord, you know.
He's like a radio guy. He's stuck in some horrific radio market.
Bad market.
Just hoping to be called up to the big league.
Yeah.
And he probably hits on the single mothers of some of his awful children. Because there's a lot of single mothers up there in Mastic.
Probably.
Oh, he takes them out to
probably
dinner.
a lot of those single mothers.
Mr. Scotchnip. Listen, I'm going to take you over to Scotchnip. I don't know what I've done. I'm going to take you to the Cheesecake Factory. And she goes, oh, my God, I've never been there. I've never been
Oh,
to the
God. We're going to get out of here for a while.
All right, you got to put up. All right, with our exclusive with Bob Vecchio.
Let's, why don't we, enough about Mastic, but there you go.
Yeah.
Mastic stinks.
Why are we, like, defending radio guys? I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone has to.
Especially that oatmeal swimming guy in the
God, I'm calling for his firing.
Yeah, he's in an oatmeal freaking
Because he
bath.
stinks.
Yeah.
I don't want him fired for the massacre, Mark. I want him fired for being in that oatmeal wading pool.
In general. Oh, God.
All right, Black History Month is pretty much over. I want to play one of my favorites from the month as we go to break with Patrice O'Neal.
I reject this, by the way.
Yeah,
No, you don't.
And I'm gonna complain about it.
Call Vecchio. Have us fired.
Be careful. Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, by the way, the attack on Maxwell's radio show has just begun. The pest will continue with that thing.
He's got to go back to work sometime.
Yeah, he actually had to take a sick day yesterday because he couldn't handle the pest. He'll spin it some other way, I'm sure, but he knows the truth. I think management took him off the air yesterday just to try to calm this whole thing down. Yeah, it's not going to calm it down. It just makes these pests angrier.
Maniacs.
Anthony's flying up to Cleveland right after the show today. We'll be joining Jimmy at the House of Blues tonight for two sold out shows.
Yes.
Patrice O'Neal not promoting anything this time around.
Man, what? I have nothing.
Are you promoting your pimp suits? You should have a clothing line with your pimp suits.
I don't have a clothing line. I'm just now dressing as a decent human being.
You really are. You came in so sharp this morning.
Incredibly sharp with his outfit. He's got the pimp hat. I don't know what.
Stop. Why do you say the word pimp with such disgust? And it doesn't mean pimps.
I don't mind a pimp.
Pimps, just say it.
I don't mind that.
It's an attitude. I don't have any women that
tell me what kind of hat that is. Tell me what kind of hat that is.
It's a beaver fur hat. It's 50x.
It's like a cotton club type of hat, right?
Yes, this is a little.
Well, where are you?
It's a little small.
Beaver fur.
Beaver fur. Okay.
His shirt's got gold buttons on it.
And then you got really nice alligator shoes that size 15. I learned
is getting a little too comfortable. So I have to just twinkle a little bit.
You're twinkling just to keep her in her place.
I just have to walk. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
And then your pants look like pajama pants.
But they're not.
I said they look like
pajama pants.
That's got a way of just taking a look and crapping on it.
No, I'm going somewhere with this. Patrice walked in, and then you had the full-length, beautiful black coat.
It's called a frock coat.
Oh man, was that nice?
Old West. Old West.
Patrice walked in. I go, are you playing for the San Diego Conquistadors? I gave an ABA joke. Dude, you look like Semi-Pro's big. Opening up in theaters today, so I made an ABA joke with you.
Twinkle a little bit.
Yeah, a little twinkle.
I like how because
put out there.
Why what?
I like that he say I do not mind a pimp.
I don't mind a
There's
pimp
nothing more white to say.
Sure.
Yeah.
I do not mind a pimp.
No.
Why would one mind a pimp?
No, I accept the pimp.
So because white people have problem with context.
No, Patrice.
Pimps aren't all. When you say pimp, people think you're gonna put somebody on the street.
Right. No.
Sell their thing.
That's what I meant, though. You were getting so defensive. I
know. I have to.
When someone uses the word pimp, I enjoy it.
You sure?
Fine.
The context of the word pimp has changed over time.
Not really. You still get in trouble on the news for saying it, and you don't get the context.
Faux show. Faux show. We got TJ Miller in studio. That's from The Wire. That's Omar. You watch The Wire?
Religiously.
Jimmy turned me on to The Wire. I'm obsessed.
So everybody says.
Faux show.
Amazing.
It's
Omar is one of the
greatest.
Omar is one of the greatest characters ever on
the
TV.
Scary gay gangster.
How do you pull that off? But he does.
But he's gone though.
He's a badass as he's deep kissing young gangsters.
Young male gangsters.
He deep kisses them, and then he gets his shotgun together and hits the streets, and everyone runs.
Did you get the last episode?
Oh, hey, I'm not going to tell you where I am.
No,
I got a whole big box set thing. I'm not.
You're not even watching this year.
Oh no, I'm way behind.
You okay?
Faux show. TJ Miller, what are you promoting? Our friend from Cloverfield.
Yeah, I'm promoting the Cloverfield buzz is sort of
faded
a little bit.
It was Gangbusters for a while. Hey, you're looking at a guy that didn't like your movie, by the way.
Oh, good. You and my landlady. Those are the two people that hated Cloverfield.
With all my soul.
He was the camera guy.
He was the movie.
So
he was the movie.
I like you say that because
I don't blame him. He's in a movie. I mean, look, I would have did it and in a minute. So I mean, I'm just a person that just watched it and hated it. But if I don't hate TJ. He was the movie. You were the movie.
But I like that you're like, I hated the movie. You were the movie. I don't hate you.
What I hated was you. Pretty much what he's saying. I like the movie.
No,
hold on, because I just want to make this clear. I liked the movie. Jimmy liked the movie. Patrice did not like the movie to the point when the credits hit, he went, boo. And then
I said more than boo.
And then a big-time movie reviewer goes, who asked ya?
TJ, I did appreciate your fat head falling down from the monster's mouth with the camera.
Everything you say is like a veiled criticism. Like,
veiled?
You know what I did appreciate was your fat head falling from the monster.
But not your fat head, TJ. The fathead character of just dropping down.
You know, I was the character, right?
You were the character, but
and they didn't add any prosthetics to my head. If the head was fat, it was my head.
You're Eric Stoltz from Mask Head. Just falling out of that monster's mouth. TJ, I'm playing with you. TJ had that uncomfortable silence. I'll tell you what I hate about the movie. It's simple as
How'd you get away with making fun of someone that was in a huge Hollywood movie?
I'm trying to say what I did like about the movie.
By the way, where the reviews were.
If you have those shoes, you can make fun of anybody in any movie. You can yell,
Chris Rock
boo.
is right.
What?
I'm 30 bridges.
TJ's a comic.
He might know someone.
He's a comedian.
I'll tell you I know it. Opie and Anthony and J.J. Abrams. So be very careful. Very careful, Patrice O'Neal.
It was too much, what's that word? Suspension of disbelief. That bothered me. This is what I wish Cloverfield was. A regular monster movie.
Okay.
That's all I wanted.
So it was hard for you to suspend the belief of what, though?
What they had
Take your time.
What they had to have you do in the movie.
Right.
Like, instead of it being third person and we watching all this stuff, what they had to have you do to tell the story of the movie, like specific places you had to look with your camera to tell the story. Oh, man, there's the monster, but I'm going to go back over here to make sure I get the reaction of the guy that's going to get his beautiful girlfriend who's stuck on a pipe in a building that tipped over to the left. It just was too... If it had been a regular monster movie, I would have probably loved it.
Yeah.
But the concept was... And I like high concept, but it was too high concept because it just...
I like high concept, but just medium high.
Yeah, high, not
like medium
not what it, it's just what they had you do as the camera guy. It just bugged me.
Well, I think a lot of people either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
It's like you and then my landlady in Los Angeles. She hated it. She comes to me. She goes, TJ, baby, I see your movie, and I go, oh, great. What did you think of it? She goes, it make me sick, so sick.
The motion sickness thing, right?
Probably physically though, like because of the
she said you make everyone sick. Everybody asked for money back. I was like, everybody did? Yes,
they made $80 million.
Everybody asked for money back.
That's a lot of money to get back.
Who make decision to make it move so much? I said, well, the director, but I was the cameraman. She goes, you do it? I was like, well, yeah, kind of. You make me sick. And now every time I see her around the building, you make still movie next time, okay?
Well, then
make me sick.
No rent for you.
I wanted that movie.
So I bought the building.
It was better than Godzilla. It was better than the 2000 remake of Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla!
But see, that's what I'm saying. You don't like the way that it's shot, but you want to be a traditional monster movie. Look what happens with traditional monster movies.
Yeah, I know. I hear where you're going.
King Kong. Ooh.
I hear where you're going. It just I do like my professors that explain to me this giant tuna fish monster. I tell you, the body ticks
that fell off the monster.
Genius.
That really was cool.
Okay, well, we got you with the ticks.
There was things in it. It just when you're running down your incessant, not your, but your character's incessant need to film as you're running and you have to go back to get a quick thing of the tick. Right. It just boom with the camera. It was so many good things in it that
But if he drops the camera, then we don't have a movie.
that's why make
You
the
know.
move. That's all.
And basically what Patrice is saying, nobody would go save that chick in that situation.
It's just
you would let her
too much,
die.
yeah,
You would just let her die.
I'm here, and the monster is this. Good luck, pumpkin pussy.
All right, let's move on. 77% positive reviews for Cloverfield. Just has to be said. Just to play the other side. Because I like TJ. I don't want him to feel uncomfortable
Why
in our
would
studio.
TJ be uncomfortable? He's look.
I don't feel uncomfortable.
You know how many bad characters I've done and been? I don't care. I'm just
The thing that's making me feel most uncomfortable right now is Patrice's shoes and pants.
Yeah, all right,
I'm serious about that.
Oh, jeez. He's hoping to be drafted by the ABA. I'm going to go back to the ABA jokes.
TJ's a racist. He's not a racist. I'm just saying it. That's how you stop white people on their tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Racist.
Don't stop me.
I appreciate
Don't make us stop you in your tracks.
Yeah.
We got the atom bomb, my friend.
I finished that off with and.
Racist and what else?
And
what else am I?
Hey, I got something.
Can I say he's the best? He's the best part of the movie.
Thank you.
TJ was awesome. TJ, what are you promoting? Because we're going to go back to Anthony here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let him sit there for 2 hours.
I'm at Comics this weekend in Manhattan tonight and tomorrow night. Shows at 8:30 and 10:45.
Very nice.
People got to come out, man, and you can use a promo code TJM229. It's a promo code online to get.
What's your last name?
Miller.
TJ Miller. Call yourself I am the camera guy
from Cloverfield.
And you look way smaller.
I'm the fat head that fell from the monster's mouth from Cloverhead. That's actually on the billboard at Comics.
Fat head.
At Comics tonight and tomorrow, the fat head that fell from the mouth.
You know what you should do for your shows? You should put a stool on the stage with a camera and do your whole bit from backstage. And then the big screen is just people, watching your comedy. Because the camera would be technically.
I promise there's less motion sickness in my stand-up.
The reason that the movie Cloverfield, if Cloverfield was real, the reason it exists is performing at Comics this week.
Right.
Okay.
TJ is the reason that Cloverfield.
There it is. I got one thing, and there wasn't even a negative statement within it.
Comics with an X. That's the mistake this club is doing. I've been there a few times. I like the place a lot.
Beautiful club.
But people can't find it online because they spelled comics with an X to be cute.
Yeah, they did. But it's comics. Online, it's comicsny.com.
With an X.
Yeah.
All right, hey.
Go for tickets on. It's going to be great. I got 2 amazing Chi-Town kids that are opening for me. Pete Holmes, Kumail. It's going to be awesome.
Our boy Anthony, he's now single, and we're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find him a prom date. That's not going so well. What's the other thing, Anthony?
Is that the age bracket that you're looking into?
Yeah.
Anthony?
Yeah.
It is. Why not? I mean, once you're single, start at the beginning.
You got to.
Start at the lowest part of the totem pole and then work your way.
You got to. Patrice doesn't agree with that.
What do you mean start at the beginning? Just continue.
Just continue.
Yes, this is just making sure Anthony continues. Not start. Are you kidding me? So we're trying to get him a prom date. That's not working too well. Then what's the other idea?
No, because of the criteria. They put out this whole thing where I'm supposed to take a girl to her prom, but she's got to put out, and she's got to put out everywhere.
Well,
so it's like
not everywhere.
What do you mean, everywhere in her body?
Yeah,
everywhere around town.
Not everywhere. Yeah,
I like everywhere around town.
A little of both. To tell you the truth.
Not everywhere.
In a car,
wait, Jimmy.
Outside in the
no, she's just got to put out in a certain way that's reserved for.
And good luck with that other way, too, with that giant old long you got.
Jeez.
You know what's amazing?
I would start advertising that. You got a big one.
The last time I was in studio, in an XM show, that was what we talked about. The last time I've been here, we talked about your member.
Yeah.
For an hour and a half straight.
It got really exaggerated.
All right.
What happened.
And it was no good last time, because last time he couldn't even advertise. It was useless advertising.
Yeah, so we'll redo it today. We'll redo it today.
It counts. You're single.
Hey.
Yeah.
Anthony, really fast, because we got the next piece of this puzzle. So we tried the prom date thing. That's still happening, but we're not having too much luck. Then we want to turn your big, huge house into what? The
Wayward Coke Whores.
Wayward Coke Whores.
We want to invite in Wayward Coke Whores as a front type thing as a rehab center, but. No rehab isn't rehab. No. There's so much coke in the place.
You rehabilitate them with cocaine and remember.
They don't have to clean toilets and make their beds and stuff. They just got to hang out and do coke. And, nothing's for free.
There's also, I like that you don't want regular Coke Whores. You want the wayward ones.
Wayward.
Because, there is, he doesn't want the lost.
can't get Coke. He doesn't want the functional ones. That's boring.
Yeah, you have the Coke, and you have a place for them to stay. You have everything that they need.
That's it.
Why not have the prom at the Coke whorehouse?
Well,
We're working on that. And then I went with a hot pajama party at his house.
Yeah, a teen pajama party.
We pick him up. We pick all the teenagers up at a mall.
Right.
We blindfold them so they don't really know where Anthony lives. They have a great time. Nothing's going to happen illegally there. It's going to be all legal teenagers in really hot pajamas. And we're going to put it on Pal Talk so the rest of the country can check out a fine teen party at Anthony's house.
Then we have a radio guy pajama party in a shower in the jail that I'm in. And you can watch that.
Wouldn't be the first time you were in a shower with teenagers.
Why? When was... Let me think.
Give him a moment.
Was it in Boston?
It might have been. Maybe if we did something called the Boston Bean Party.
Oh, when the girls would go beans.
You want to make sure that they showered properly.
Yes.
We actually worked at a radio station that had a shower, and boy, did that come in handy.
And you guys put women in there and put big.
Well, Anthony might have went down there for the purpose of the show.
I was videotaping.
It was the show. The purpose was the show.
I was videotaping illegally.
These wayward bean whores.
Yeah.
A lot of these girls are going to be like, this is what's going to happen over. Anthony soon. Yeah. A lot of, no. Not there. Inside. Let it go inside.
All right.
Is it? Can I say that?
No.
I don't know.
Damn it! I
know.
A lot of baby.
Speaking of the Boston Bean Party in Boston, I found the videotape in a box, and I brought it in, and those video clips are going back up on our website.
Oh, wow.
I found an old VHS tape. It says Boston Bean Party, blank piercing, and lesbian blank, all on one VHS tape that I handed over to Steve for the website.
I love that you even have that in your box.
We used to do something called the Blue Tarp Cabaret, because we decided to get really messy one day, and the fat engineer at the time, he goes, hey, lay down a tarp. We don't want to mess up the studio. So it was Blue Tarp.
Blue Tarp Cabaret.
So we turned into the Blue Tarp Cabaret, and we would do horrific things on there, and one of them was I can't even tell you how many gallons of beans we got one day, and just got really hot girls to get naked, and then we just completely just made it disgusting.
Maybe the issue is you need to combine everything and do baked beans, wayward Coke, whore, pajama, prom.
Well, we got the next idea, because Ant's single. We're just trying to help him out. We're suggesting that maybe he does a speed dating thing. Because that's very popular. TJ, he kind of spends time in L.A. This is very...
There's a lot of speed dating out there. There's a lot of dating when you're on speed, when you're on meth.
See, that's
a lot of meth dating. I do, personally.
I've seen these things.
Right. Well, can I play the official promo and then...
All right, let's play the promo.
Just keep an open mind, will you?
Oh, please. Okay.
See, now
this looks great for 63.
This is painting me in a very bad light. First of all, it went up from the wrong age of 57 in the last promo to the wrong age of 63.
I hear no safe word, so, we're going to continue.
I'm explaining.
Okay.
And then what am I doing? I'm speed dating, but I'm having sex.
Well, you're speed effing, basically.
Yeah, that's what that is.
But I like. There's no speed dating involved.
No. See, we always have a twist on this stuff. Anyone can do speed dating. We want speed effing for you.
I haven't come up with one idea of all this. It's you guys thinking that this is going to happen.
What do you want, sweetie?
Yeah, why don't you just tell us, and we'll stop.
How about I want a little time?
Time for what? So what? We're not talking about sex. You're talking about relationships. You want sex right away.
No. No, that's part of my personal life.
Here you go, getting square again.
Yeah.
We're trying to get your booty. Yep. This is a booty thing, but what are you talking about?
Think I need.
Love?
I honestly don't think I need your help.
You're
not for booty.
You're ungrateful, man.
Ungrateful?
Yeah, we're coming up with
these brilliant
ideas.
You guys are trying to set me up in these ideas
who
that
do a speed effing? One by one, but
who wouldn't want to do it? Me.
But you're single. We're just trying to help.
But the girls that you're after, these things here. That's why you don't need help. But I'm trying to get you outside regular human being.
Yeah.
Not computer love. No computer love.
You want me to find like what? Like that newswoman right there?
Not necessarily her, but maybe her.
Oh,
but like just some broad waiting at the bus stop.
Would you accept the lesbian party in the Poconos?
What?
Heart-shaped tubs and
where is that happening?
And horseback riding.
Where do you usually meet women?
In the big champagne glass
with lesbians.
Where do you usually meet women?
What do you say?
Oh, during my entire life, everywhere.
In the Poconos.
Long Island bars.
All right, listen, we got to take a break, and then we can continue with this. TJ Miller.
Mastic Beach.
At Comics tonight and tomorrow. I got to jump out in here because we're going to run out of show and just play commercials all the way to 9. That would not be good.
No.
Opie and Anthony, we'll be right back. Getting ready to wrap this thing up for the weekend. Off to Cleveland, huh, Anthony? It's Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, Jimmy's playing the.
No one's buying it anymore.
Sorry, man.
Earlier in the week, we kind of bought it, but
sorry, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah, what were you saying?
I said I was going to see Jimmy. I pull you on. You'll see me at the House of Blues tonight. See Jimmy Norton.
Not to Jimmy,
say that. Boo. Jimmy is a hysterical comic. I will be seeing him this evening.
And we got a couple things planned as Jimmy and Anthony are in Cleveland.
Before Jimmy shows, what are you going to do in Cleveland?
Hang out with Jimmy?
Yeah, but visit the Cleveland Aquarium.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Go to movies and stuff. What are you going to do in Cleveland?
Yeah. Hang out with Jimmy. See what
I mean, besides that.
Hold on.
False. Oh, there's nothing else to do.
In Cleveland?
That answer is true.
And puns. Yeah, of course. I could listen to him.
I'm going to be
That answer is false.
I'm going to skate around this question, but are you going to have sex with some scumbag in Cleveland?
No, that's good. That's the way to beat around the bush. Beat around the bush, Patrice.
I'm gonna skate around.
Ask him what you want to ask him.
Unless it's Jimmy Norton.
That answer is false.
Correct answer.
Hold on a second, Carl. I'm trying to figure it out here.
All right, listen. Why don't we move on?
It might have been something when I switched the box over to each other, so I might just need to go back in and adjust something.
The safe word has finally come out. Actually, we turned it into the safe sentence today. If you were listening earlier, we gave Anthony a chance to bail with a safe word. He went with vote Obama as a safe word.
I get this.
Safe phrase.
Enjoy
Jimmy and enjoy Cleveland.
Jimmy Norton.
Hey, 1 in 100 Americans are in jail. That's what we're learning today.
Mm-hmm.
1 in 100. Really?
It's not really that much.
You don't think that's a lot? That's crazy.
I don't know how to do the math on that.
Dude,
300 million people.
Divvy that up by demo.
Yeah, but you got to think
we're fine.
Like two.
Oh, wow.
30 million people.
That answer is
true.
Sorry.
See what happens.
One for Whitey.
You got to think that the 3 out of those 100 Americans probably should be in jail. You know?
Yeah.
What's that? 30 million people in jail?
Oh, that would be 10%.
Isn't that what that is? It's 1%.
You just insulted
300,000.
You insulted Bob Vecchio. You're not good at math.
3 million. 3 million people in jail. That ain't bad.
If there's 300 million Americans, yeah, that would be 3 million. Right.
3 million. Okay. Fair. That's not.
Hey, then we got what else?
Yeah, you're right.
Mike Smith of Dave Clark 5 dies.
Who?
Exactly.
Who?
Who? And how about this one? Study shows kids who are spanked have sexual problems later in life.
Oops.
Oh, that's weird. Isn't that weird? That spanking leads to weird anal fetishes. How could that be?
Didn't we all get spanked as kids?
Silence.
Didn't everybody?
What about the spankings that people get as adults?
Yeah. Those are the worst ones.
What do those lead to?
Well, you're just trying to relive the spanking you had as a kid. That's what they're basically trying to say.
Really?
Children who are spanked or given some form of physical punishment by their parents may be more likely to have sexual problems as adults. And a study
Okay, Card, check it again. It should be updated.
I found that children who suffer physical punishment in the form of spanking, hitting, or slapping
I don't know if you can hear me, but
are more likely to engage in risky sexual behavior as adults.
The study presented Thursday to the American Psychological Association suggests that spanked children are also more likely to be physically or verbally coercing to a sexual
No problem,
partner
Card.
and
Thanks for
engage
stopping
in
by and helping me figure out these bugs. Eventually, once we get it all figured out, we'll be over the run a good stream. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you, including arousal by spanking later in life.
Oh,
That's great too. That I knew what masochistic had to
masochistic.
great things about me. Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Engage
Right.
in intercourse in Massachusetts.
Yeah. So that's coming out today.
Well,
were you spanked as a kid, TJ?
I was not. And my father.
Oh yeah, you're too young. How old are you again?
I'm 26.
Yeah, you weren't spanked.
My father used to.
Anyone under 30, I don't think got spanked as a kid.
Really?
No, that's when that all came out that it's bad to spank.
I got the S beat out of me.
Did you really?
Yeah, Mikey
Oh,
did.
yeah.
TMZ Mike, the TMZ kid.
Yeah.
The TMZ kid got the crap kicked out of him. What?
The old belt.
Yeah, the belt.
Did you get the belt?
Belt, sticks.
Belt, the spoon, the shoe.
Wooden spoons.
Not a metal spoon because the wooden spoon would break.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's hard.
No wonder you're a cop.
And do you have
I
sexual?
love my mommy.
Do you have sexual dysfunction because of it?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
No thought to it.
doesn't?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hot wheel tracks. You ever get a Hot Wheel track to the
I think
back
I
of the
still got
leg?
the mark.
Hot wheel track was rough.
The orange Hot Wheel
Yeah,
track?
those
You
things
say
like
that's my father's the reason you're getting beat.
Indiana
See,
Jones.
Patrice,
You just gotta go black.
Patrice is lucky that he didn't have a father, so you didn't get beat as a kid.
No, he got the switch. My mother
Beat the crap out of you? Even worse, right?
punched me. She tied phone books on me and hit me with to make sure no one saw the scars.
She tied phone books on you?
I remember beatings. Because he I remember interrogated actual beatings and why. And I
remember that beating.
think I deserved them.
Really?
I used to be a terrible pyromaniac, man, and I needed a beating. I would have.
Wow, you like burning stuff down?
I just like burning things. Yeah.
Yeah.
We like burning
Like
our own
fire.
woods, but that was about it.
Do you have sexual dysfunction because of Patrice?
I don't know if it was because she beat me, but I definitely probably.
Does he?
Definitely have it.
I don't think a sexual dysfunction counts if you don't think it is. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm not.
Dude,
gonna
you
say
walked
it,
around with a briefcase filled with, sexual aids.
But
That's
it
a
was
bit
fun.
of a dysfunction. One,
According to
I
you.
give you one or two. You walked around like a businessman.
First of all,
you had glass
briefcase.
ones,
Did I say
wooden ones,
that I didn't
plastic
walk
ones.
around with it? I brought it in to
We made you cry that
be
day.
ridiculed.
But that's
what
when
are
you,
talking about?
No, we didn't make you cry, but we made you question some things. I remember that show. You were showing us, you were bragging about all these things in your briefcase.
I wasn't bragging.
And we looked you right in the eye and we go,
What is wrong?
What are you
Why
doing?
are you elaborating on what happened?
Don't make me
You
play the
said-
bit again.
Play it. You said, come on in. This was when you came
You
back.
got a little sad after
No, this-
that visit.
This was Vengeance Opie, back from the radio, Vengeance Opie, making people wait outside, do things like
You gotta
that.
ask a question after the 8-ball.
Remember that? Yeah.
Like I was a
Like,
dildo salesman.
8-ball, is Norton really gay?
I brought in my dildos to show you. That's what I did.
If you have them in a briefcase, that does imply
Well,
you
weird.
could be selling them. Yeah.
No, what am I gonna do? Bring them in all my pockets? I put them where they were clean. They were nice. They're gorgeous.
How many did you have in that one briefcase? Be honest. 20?
30.
Yeah,
did you take, I'll ask you
Why
this.
did we need to see
This will
30
solve
of
the
them?
whole thing. This will solve the whole thing. Did you take that briefcase down to Brazil with you? That entire briefcase full of dildos?
No.
No. How many did you take?
3.
In a briefcase?
And I take 3 for my enjoyment, and then I always bring gifts for the young ladies. I never went empty-handed. It was always, here, take this and enjoy. They used to like it.
Were they dildos?
Yeah.
And was it a briefcase that you had handcuffed to your wrist?
No.
That's what I want to know.
Secret
if it was like
agent.
a secret
It was
agent
fun.
dildo briefcase.
I'm getting a little older. I can't
That's
just...
nuclear weapon.
I had a lot of chicks hanging around at the time, and I didn't want to just sleep with 1,000 women. And so I had fun. It was fun, too.
Yeah. Do you suggest Anthony gets a briefcase of...
I definitely suggest his...
Anthony, maybe that's what you need.
What else does he
I
need?
think I want that.
I think he needs a sex swing for one of the rooms you're not using.
What's he need a sex swing for?
Could you stop pretending like you're 52-year-old log still? I know you got soft spots in it.
I'm not even... No.
You know it's like those new bottles of water that aren't made with the full plastic. It's the. You know it's a little bit of this.
I'd put it up against anyone's of any age, my friend.
There's no way.
Yes, sir.
There's no way.
Yes, sir.
Just because you eat cantaloupe every day doesn't mean it doesn't. I know you got to slap it hard a couple of times just to get it.
No,
you
sir.
must talk to it. It gets raging
I think
still.
Patrice is a bit jealous.
Absolutely.
Patrice, are you a bit...
Absolutely.
I don't know how big it is. I know mine. I like a bigger one.
What?
I would like a bigger one.
Oh.
What?
I would like a bigger one for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, but
so
for you and what
for a second, I thought he was like,
you and what
I prefer a larger one.
himself.
What are you trying to imply gayness with? Stop it.
Just trying to have fun, you ass.
You stop
Remember
implying
we used
that
to
I'm
have
gay?
fun on this show?
Ever since Anthony broke up with his girl, fun has stopped.
Fun has stopped?
So you still get raging.
So you're blaming Anthony?
Yes. You get raging.
Raging.
Really?
Yes.
Purple helmet raging.
Purple. Raging.
Just say raging.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
I know you got gray ball hair, too.
Will you stop? We can't put that on the radio.
This is like going to be dumped out. He's back in the back hall. The dump guy going, oh, Jesus, I'm running out. I'm running out. You can't describe anything
All right, listen,
like that.
Let's go to a sexual deviant story because we did the spanking thing. It leads to this guy.
114 counts of secret peeping. That's what North Carolina authorities are charging a 31-year-old employee with at this Old Navy store. They went in to change. The employee, Calvin Lee Johnson, allegedly started taping women trying on clothes January 29th. 3 weeks later, a woman on Valentine's Day complained she saw someone pointing a camera under the dressing room door. Police say they now have 53 digital images of white females that they want to identify. The incident has fueled outrage among shoppers.
It's your own personal self and you're undressing. I think it is wrongfully done. I mean, that's invading your privacy right there.
The manager at the Old Navy store says he's deeply troubled and saddened by the incident.
From the first moment that we were made aware of the situation, we have fully cooperated with law enforcement. I would want the community now. The safety of making our customers comfortable is a top priority here at Old Navy.
Meanwhile, Johnson is currently behind bars. His bond set at $110,000.
Could the guy be any more boring?
Why
reporting the story?
Why pick an Old Navy? What is this guy doing? If you're going to do this, do it somewhere where there's bound to be attractive women. Listen to the women that... It's your own personal self. It is your body, and it's a violation of the self of your person.
Yeah. It was a black guy, too, by the way.
He's picking...
Black guy doing the peeping? Why a black
all
guy?
white women, remember?
They had to let us know it was all white women. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why they said that?
His name is Calvin Johnson, but
yeah, I know.
You're black unless you're a president with that name.
Calvin Johnson.
Unless you're a president, but that's a black guy's name.
President Calvin Johnson will now talk. Hello, I'm Calvin Johnson.
And if you're a black people, Tom, you would go to Old Navy, like, to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because
Why
you get
Old
regular white women that...
Regular hoe.
At least
That's
go
what
to
he's into.
Gap. At
Get
least go
maybe
to
the
Gap.
jeans that are slightly bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Banana Republic.
Yeah.
Well,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Old Navy. All right, it got a little intense in here the last 15 minutes.
Why are you saying
Everybody
that?
all right?
Why are you saying that?
Are you all right?
Why are you saying
Are you
it's
all right?
intense? You always gotta be like it's intense.
Are you all right?
Always.
I'm cool, man.
All right.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You're yelling.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm cool, if anybody. I'm fine.
I know we had a moment with that briefcase thing, but I'll
It's no moments.
We had a moment.
It's no
Because we looked
moments.
at you and said, what are you doing? And then you were questioning some things after that. I remember
I
it.
remember that. We're gonna have to talk about that.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
talk about it another day. I thought we were getting some stuff done that day, but I guess not. Getting some work done.
Here's what you did that day. You went, what happened to you?
Yeah.
And I go, nothing. I was a little...
Okay, so you'll admit that.
Yes.
I got you a little bit.
Nothing happened.
Just a little, though.
But it just realized I put them all in a briefcase, and I never had put them all together in one area.
Right.
And I go, wow, that is a lot of dildos.
It was a lot.
It was a
was
lot.
so excited that day. He's taking them out one by one. And this is my Willie Mays. My rookie card. It was like, remember when you were a kid and you were checking out someone's baseball card collection?
I had one called Wonder Boy.
Yeah, see, he had names for all of them.
I mean, that's great.
And we were in shock. And we're like,
It's a show and tell.
Made out of an oak tree that a lightning hit in the back of my house.
We were just in shock. And we're like, what are you doing? That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Listen.
Yes.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah, I think we hit Anthony today.
All you do is help.
Anthony.